Mr. Primetime.
The gift that keeps on giving. I mean, you would think there's nothing else to possibly get mad about, nothing else to possibly argue about. The quarterback's fucking hurt. He's out for the next 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, what could we possibly have to fight about today? That's right. Our owner decides to open up his mouth.
You know, it's like the Jets are the gift that keeps on giving. If you're a content creator right now for the New York Jets, you can make a video a day, if not 2 or 3 a day, and it's warranted. It's not even like chasing clicks or subscribers or anything else. It's legitimate. If you're like a longtime fan, and I mean, I just made a video about this because Primetime, I literally couldn't get home fast enough. I couldn't get home fast enough. I listened to it, then I read it, I thought about it. I'm like, is this guy for real? I'm like, it reminded me of when Adam Gase got his doors blown off and they came out the next day and said, this is the great offense. This guy's a guru. Like, you just lost by 41 points.
Yeah, when they doubled down on him.
Yep. But it's not even, but like, at one point, will they ever just hold people accountable and just set some kind of expectation and demand more?
No. That's not even what this is about, Tyson. Woody Johnson just had to say one thing today. Look into the cameras and just say to the fans, we apologize. We owe you better. This is embarrassing. It's unacceptable. Everybody in this building. Everybody in this building needs to be held to a higher standard. Myself, the general manager, the head coach. What we've watched this season, the last decade, has been unacceptable. We owe all of you better. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say.
Dude, and that's the word.
Why recycle the same garbage quotes that you gave to Gase, that you gave to McCagnon, that you gave to Bowles? It's meaningless. It's empty words. It means nothing.
But it's just like the word frustrating wasn't good enough for me. The word is unacceptable. What happened on Sunday, I don't give a shit if your coach is Todd Bowles, Adam Gase, Salah, whoever. Losing like that when you come off unprepared and were thoroughly outcoached is unacceptable for anybody. So you understand that, okay, like we already have the caveat. Youngest team in football, we know it. You have a first-time head coach. We know all of this. Still, you have to have a standard. And he even mentioned changing the culture. What exactly has changed? Nothing has changed.
Did you hear the exact quote about changing the culture?
Mm-hmm.
Talking to leadership, and I wrote this one down because I wanted to address this one. Talking to leadership, Joe and Robert, seeing how their plans are put together and how they are deep thinkers. Like, that fucking means anything. I'm a deep thinker after like 3 drinks. They want to do things like establish a culture and get the right players in the right position. They want to. Can they? Do they have any ability to do that? What fucking GM and head coach has entered their position not wanting to establish a culture and not wanting to get the right guys in the right position? But what kind of quote is that?
He's saying it, and they're 1-5. Like, does anybody see the comedy in this? Like, Jet fans have been through so much. We are battered. We are beaten. We are bruised. We are tired of so much shit. At this point, you don't have to sell us bouquets of flowers because we don't believe it. But you know how you win us back? By being brutally honest. Sunday sucked, man. I hated watching all 60 minutes of that. It drove me crazy. I hate losing. But we expect more as we go forward. That'd be like, hey, you know what? No, now you're gonna light a fire under everybody's ass, or at least just fake it, dude. Because we know you're complacent and you've already embraced losing all this season. It's obvious they've embraced it now. Just fake it and lie to us and say there's some kind of accountability and earn some credit.
Fuck faking it. Why not set the example? You're the fucking owner. If we're not getting leadership from the head coach, if we're not getting leadership from the GM, why not set the example as the owner?
Somebody.
You've been here for what, 22 years now? Who have you brought in that's been worth the shit? Nobody. Set the example. Raise the bar.
It's just this is the culture. This is where the culture starts at the top, and it's a problem. And they all talk out their ass. Sal's been talking out his ass. We've been over this all gas no break thing, which is a comedy now. Like, to even walk around with that mantra now when the way you guys are playing is ridiculous. And there's nobody this is like the thing on Twitter where it's the dog sitting around the fire and like everything is fine. That's what this team keeps reminding me of. They all walking around keep telling each other everything is fine. And they're ignoring red flags. And now I understand. And the other problem, and we'll bring everybody on next too. I just want to get this off my chest because I'm like a raging animal right now. The other thing is what's going to happen is that the losing is going to kick in and fans become complacent and fans stop caring. And the Jets bank on that too. That they're going to suck so bad and do stupid things. And fans like, you know what? Same old Jets. Who cares? We'll see you guys next year. And they get away with it because nobody holds the Jets accountable either. Right? But that's what happens. Like, you saw it today on Twitter. There was a guy telling me today, I'm completely overreacting. Everything's going to be fine. This is going to be well. This is going to be well. This is going to be well. And I'm like, we as fans, that's what we want to believe because we're fans, we're fanatics.
do.
We always there's always a brighter side. But the problem is that brighter side hasn't come in decades. Like we've been selling ourselves the same spiel and they haven't earned it. Like to me, like this coaching staff has to earn the right to tell us these things because they haven't done it yet. He had his press conference. He sold us something. He sold us the car, and now the car has, 2 flat tires. The transmission doesn't work, and the windshield wipers are falling off. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
that's
all
the
this
problem.
has to be earned.
They've been selling this vision. They've been selling this perpetual rebuild that we keep talking about.
Yep.
And every 2 to 3 years, we keep resetting it with a new quarterback, with a new coach, and a new general manager. So, I mean, at what point as fans do we have the right to start questioning it? To start questioning, like, what direction are we heading in? And running in circles. We're not making any progress anywhere.
And to the morons that keep attacking me, I'm not saying fire Coach Saleh today. I'm saying everybody needs to be held accountable and say, hey, you know what, man? It's a rough start for your team, but you know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. It's the NFL, dude. Like, we don't really give a shit about your excuses because you know who doesn't care? The NFL doesn't care. Like, and there's a significant difference. Like, everybody keeps if I get one more message about Zach Taylor and the Bengals, the difference there was Joe Burrow before his injury was playing lights out. You want to compare the Jets to the Chargers? Justin Herbert was playing lights out when Tyrod Taylor got hurt because his punctured lung, whatever the hell happened, and Herbert was lights out. If that was happening now and this offense was scoring 30 points a game and we were losing, we wouldn't be complaining a word. The defense is only giving up 8 points. We wouldn't complain about nothing, dude, because we're seeing something on the field. At 1-5, we haven't seen anything, and now we're at the worst case scenario. You know what the worst case scenario is? The quarterback is out, and they're saying 2 to 4 weeks. The fact that they got Flacco means it's probably gonna be 4. That's what I'm thinking. Because if it's only gonna be 2 weeks, they wouldn't have got Flacco, dude. It's gonna be probably longer than that.
I was thinking about this last night, and I'm shocked nobody brought it up or we didn't mention it. You know why they got Flacco?
Why?
They're playing on prime time Thursday night next week. He is studying the Colt film right now.
Yep.
He's going to start that game.
Yep.
He's already on the Colts defense. He's watching that film. So once this Sunday's a disaster, he's going to start Thursday night. Yep. They don't want to get embarrassed on national TV. That's all that was about.
Yeah, I mean that's what
they care about.
It's just there's so many things with this team, and it's and I don't understand why, as fans, after we saw all these things over the years, like, dude, like I said, I'm an old fan, dude. I'm old as dirt. So I've had the luxury, I've had the privilege to watch so much shitty coaching over the years that I have the ability to analyze, you know what? I've seen these kind of worrisome things before. This has to change. When you have Damian Woody, a person that we all love, break down offensive line film and be like, what in the living hell are these guys doing? This is fundamental high school football, and they're not even doing that. You see McGovern throwing his hands up in the air. You see Van Roten go like this. And this is my problem. And then we'll bring everybody on. These aren't 5 rookies on the offensive line. This is right. The guys making mistakes are veteran players. What does that tell you? That to me is alarming, and it shouldn't be. Somebody has to be held accountable. So you say, how many games we got to see? Wait, you want to watch 17 games of poor line play to be like, you know what? Maybe there's a problem. Maybe.
And that's all the more reason why every single week, once we knew Adam Gase was out the door, what was our description for the ideal head coach fit? A proven CEO with a proven track record for developing quarterbacks.
Yep.
And we got the complete opposite.
Yep. So we'll bring everybody on today. I mean, like I said, that was my last video for people watching. That's my last video of me complaining, and I'm on to Cincinnati.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What can they possibly do? What's today? Tuesday? Can they do anything more than embarrass themselves on Wednesday and Thursday? Is there anything possible else?
Did you not say that last night?
I did say that
trade for Flacco.
Night.
Did we not say that Sunday night after giving him 54? They'll find a way to pull some. Just watch, dude. Never put it past.
It's crazy though, man. And it's just like I wish I could be that fan, like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm done. I'll see these guys next year. But we watch it. We're invested in it. And it's just like we just want more. And we just want them to we want them to expect more from themselves. And like I don't get that sense out of Saleh right now. I don't. He's like the ultimate player's coach. And the one thing I kept going back is like, again, I'm old, dude. And I when I was younger, I was able to go to a lot of practices. I was at Hofstra almost every day watching. When Bill Parcells took over, I was there almost every day at practice, dude. I was there because I checked my work schedules, taking days off, all kinds of shit to get there. And the night and day between Kotite and Bill Parcells was, dude, it was amazing. Like these guys were on time, on point, this and that, and if something was wrong, they did it over. Like we watched practices this year with Saleh, dude. We watched some of the shit. We're like, dude, I've never seen this kind of stuff before.
No, and that's also what I don't understand. Like during the game, how he's just sitting there completely silent, not saying a word, not coaching up
Nothing.
anybody, not in anybody's face, not talking to other coaches, like not talking with players, like nothing. Like
Did you
when
see
you're
Pete
getting your
Carroll last
doors
night?
blown off, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you're getting your doors blown off, especially, like that's when you should be coaching these guys up. Like those are the teachable moments right there. That's the adversity that he talked about, that he wanted to embrace. So how is he handling it?
Dude, Geno Smith got smashed the one play. Pete Carroll was yelling, jumping around. He throws his gum. He did all kinds of stuff. Whatever. All right. So we will go to tonight is all about the viewers. It's not about us. We'll go through some comments real quick. What's up, everybody? Again, thank you to everybody who's been joining us on the streams and watching all our videos. Like the one video, I had like 500 comments. I spent a lot of time trying to comment to everybody. So we definitely appreciate it. What's up, Joe?
I finally got to all mine last night. Thank you.
There you go. See, even Prime Time's doing it. Everybody but Tyrone's doing stuff. So what's up, Lauren? Been trying to convince myself not to be upset, but it's hard. I set my expectations so low, but this is a dumpster fire. I mean, it is. It's just hard to it's hard to ignore. Like it's like the big elephant in the room. That's what it is. So
can't ignore it. Can't excuse it.
Yep. And it's okay to question Salah, man. Like it's okay to just we're not saying fire him. We have some questions though. You kind of hoping to see a little bit more. Yeah.
As we all should.
So what's up, Vinny? How you guys doing? What's up, Steve? Sneakers to boots. We're gonna get him on. So we're gonna go to Steve T. What's up, man?
Another Sunday.
What's up,
another day of misery on a Sunday, right?
It's terrible, dude.
It's unbelievable. And the thing is, it's sad. We're numb to it. We're setting the bar lower, and lower, but somehow it just we can't keep up anymore. I just can't take it anymore.
So I mean, coming out of Sunday, what was your? I mean, to me, the game was over in the first quarter. You have to leave the first quarter. I'm like, this game, we've seen this before. Well, you knew it was over. Like, what is your takeaway from Sunday? Were they out coached? Were they out prepared? Did they not show up? What's your impression?
It was everything. There was obvious, all the above, like Primetime just said. There was no preparation in the bye week. You don't go run, pass for 2 weeks to prep for this game when you see that one Elijah Moore touchdown, he's in the backfield. You do something creative within the first drive to catch him off guard. It's new film that hasn't been out there yet. You know what I mean? You try to do different things. So it's coaching number one. The team just looked flat in general, defense especially, and the offense as soon as Zach went down. Like I actually thought Zach, he didn't play great before he went out, but he had a couple throws that were moving change. Or like, oh, maybe this is the start. He's going to start doing something in the first half for once. But it's everywhere. Everyone it should be, taking accountability for that.
Are you surprised at this point that they haven't tried to make an example of anybody, like somebody like Greg Van Roten, somebody like that?
Absolutely. I mean, I wasn't around for it, but Parcells, Tyson says in his stories, he wasn't afraid to call someone out in front of the whole team. He didn't care if you liked him or not. He wanted results, and that's what you get. And I think we thought, Salah was going to do that. And I'm on the same boat. You got to give the Salah. He's going to be here at least 2 to 3 years, and which is fine. We support the guy. He's a likable guy, but we just expect more. We want accountability from it, and I want to see that fiery passion on the side. I want to see an actual cohesive unit because right now this team is worse than the 2020 Jets, and that's saying something.
And that's the thing. It's almost like the team feeds off his energy, and he has none. He's just trying to be so composed and so professional and so analytical and everything else, and it's rubbing off on them. But to me, it's just like they're a bunch. It's not fun football to watch, and I can't keep thinking that you're coming off a bye and they were completely outcoached, dude. It was just they try, and the worst thing is they try to explain it. Like you mentioned it, dude. They asked Mike LaFleur about it, and he said, "Well, I wanted to get Zach Wilson comfortable, so they did 2 running plays to start it off." 2 running plays is getting your quarterback comfortable? No, you get him comfortable on first down throwing the ball.
Yeah, and we have the worst run game in football. How is that setting him up?
Especially when New England they know we're going to run the football, so they're out to block it anyway.
And especially when sorry, go ahead.
Okay, go.
I was going to say, and a run's coming when you bring in Mims to block. He goes right out. It's like it's a run play when Mims is on the field.
Well, I called the couple plays. I called the prime time because I saw Wesco go to a certain side. I'm like, oh, they're running the ball because you knew certain formations. They're running it.
You know what that reminded me of? When what was it? 78 eligible with Wayne Hunter.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, it was always 78 eligible. We knew it was handoff up the middle. Rex Ryan special.
Exactly. You can call out the plays before, and Joe Douglas. I know he doesn't approach the media until the middle of the season, like week 8 or 9, whatever. He's got to stop hiding from it. And the thing that's frustrating is I think on paper before all these things played out. We saw an actual potential blueprint that McCagnon and
Yep.
Idzik didn't do, like, just throwing pieces all over the place. It looked like,
Yep.
Douglas on paper has a plan long term, but the plan's not being executed. That's the problem.
Yep.
And, I know the intentions are good. Like, we're drafting linemen in the first round, but things have to start hitting at some point.
And that's the thing. Right now,
including the receivers too. You invested 2 premium picks at wide receiver, and we have no idea what we have there.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. And that's the quote the entire offseason. We're going to cater our system and our coaching staff to our players' best strengths. Where is it? We're copying and pasting them into things that don't work.
You could almost go back to everything they said in the offseason, and they're pretty much counteracting every piece of it going right now. Like everything they said, they're not doing any of it. Starting with their quotes to the scheming guys open to fitting our systems to our players, none of it. It's. I guess the last question I have for you is the offensive line has been a problem because there's too many guys running in free, and bringing in a guy like Flacco, he's going to get killed. Flacco's not mobile at all. He's going to get absolutely destroyed back there. But is that on? The one guy we haven't talked about enough or at all, or I haven't mentioned him at all, is the offensive line coach. Because
I don't know what he's doing.
If the offensive line is so bad, we're blaming LaFleur for everything. But if these are all these communication issues and these glaring holes where they can't pick up blitzes or identify what's going on, how bad is the offensive line coach here?
It's got to be something because we all saw the same tweets from Damian Woody. A 3-man rush is beating 5 guys, like not even close. I mean, it's unbelievable. Crazy, and like, why not put a tight end next to the left or right tackle? Like, whatever. Like, do something to reinforce it a little bit, even if it's temporary. Like, put an extra guy on the line, whatever.
It's high school stuff, man.
Start asking yourself about the players too, though. I mean, McGovern was here last year. Van Roten was here last year. Same problems followed him.
Yep.
Yeah, McGovern.
Not that coaching is helping, but.
Exactly, but the thing, you got to make an example out of Van Roten. He's going to get so many other people killed. He got, he got Becton hurt falling on him week 1, and there's been senseless other times where he's tackling our own players or other people are getting hurt from him. Get him out of here, like really. And those comments after that one game with Zach holding on to the ball too long, I would have cut him right there. Make an example out of it.
But that's where I keep going back to accountability. Like Saleh kept talking about all this culture and accountability and credibility. Shit like that, you lose it. You lose the locker room, man. Where they're like, you know what? We can get away with it. We pretty much do what we want. He's a player's coach. We just say, sorry, coach. Okay, no problem, man. Back in you go.
Yeah. Oh, random historical Jets question. So, like, just because I don't remember the era as much, why was Parcells, like, gone after the 3rd year? Like, do you know why?
He said he was burnt out. Yeah, he was burnt out.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I never knew the reason. I'm like, I know. Okay, because I was like, yeah, I know it, like 98 was great. 99, Vinny got hurt. But I was like, what's the reason he actually left? I never knew that. So.
Supposedly,
he knew it was coming with the Johnsons, probably.
Yeah, but well, that was the one thing too. He didn't like the Johnsons taking over. He was very loyal to Leon Hess, the money. He thought he had Belichick there to take over for him. But that season when Vinny got hurt, took the life out of him, man. Because the Jets were going to be the best team in the NFL, dude. They were Super Bowl ready, the odds-on favorite, the best team I've ever seen. And then you had to scratch and claw just go 8-8, and they should have actually made the playoffs. They lost one game they shouldn't have lost, and that took it out of him. Like there was like the ownership changed, getting older. He thought he had Belichick there to leave him in good hands. And he could take like a general manager kind of spot, like a president of football or some shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it took too long going to Ray Lucas that year.
Yep, sure did.
Playoffs.
Well, I'll let you guys get to some other callers, but appreciate what you guys do every week, and yeah, just really happy that we're all a giant family suffering through this together. So.
Have a good night, man.
Great talking, man.
All right, so we're good. I always like talking to him, man. He's fun. It's cool. It's just cool meeting everybody, dude. Like when we meet people in person, it's so much fun. We're gonna go to. I love this guy because he's at work. Appreciate it, man. What's up, Liam?
At work on the clock. On the clock, I get to talk about how shitty the Jets are. How you guys doing?
Oh, dude.
Better.
Not a day goes by I'm annoyed.
I've been a fan since, really since I've been born. But I've really started watching every game, Sanchez's rookie year, and I've never felt this bad about. Yeah, I know. I've never felt this bad about a Jets loss. I'm like a depressed Jets fan right now. I've been obviously pissed off last year. I've had plenty of reasons to be upset, but this one just feels different.
Yep.
Talk to me. How do I feel better? I don't know what to do.
I've been pissed off since Sunday, dude.
With that.
I've been angry as shit, dude. Everything bothers me. They were embarrassed and humiliated. And then what bothers me the most about it is they seem okay with it. They're tolerating it. They're justifying it. They're making excuses for it. And there's no.
It would help, I think, a lot. Sorry to cut you off. It would help, I think, a lot if their anger matched our anger. Like we're just fans. We sit on the couch, we drink, and we watch football. Like they're actually playing it. Like they're the ones that are getting shitted on in the media. Like we're a national embarrassment. Like they don't take any pride going out there giving up 54 points. That doesn't get them pissed off. Like,
and then they post respect to Bill Belichick. If there was I put this on my YouTube channel. I said if there was a fifth quarter, they would have scored 60, 70 points. They would have kept racking up that score. They didn't care. They wanted to beat us by 100, but it didn't matter. They were just going to keep going out scoring touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. There's not a damn thing that we would have done about it.
And when you have players getting mad, they ran the score up. That comes off so soft, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, dude, I played sports all my life, dude. And I've been on some like you prime time. I've been on some like baseball teams and soccer teams where we got our asses kicked, dude. And I ain't to be like, man, I'm so mad they scored 10 goals. I was fucking mad we lost that bad. And I was embarrassed. I'm like, I can't dude, if I'm on the other side, if I'm on a team that we can score 10 goals or whatever, dude, I'm gonna score 12. I don't give a shit. That's the way it works.
Yep. I'm not mad at the Patriots for doing. I mean, I hate them with everything.
But to complain about it, it's like amateur hour stuff, dude.
Yeah. At what point do we start holding Joe Douglas accountable, though? I mean, I understand. Like, I like his vision and everything. He's a likable general manager. Like, I like his draft pick. He gets great compensation for his draft picks. But you got to hit on the draft picks too, and it's like I don't want to be the guy giving up on him.
Let's talk Joe Douglas for a second.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on this trade for Joe Flacco? I
mean, we should have kept him in the building. We really should have. We knew that we were drafting a quarterback after Sam's second injury last year. We knew it pretty early, and he was already there. I understand that. He doesn't like to help out rookie quarterbacks, and he doesn't want to be a mentor. He still thinks he's a starter. Fine. But you need that, even if that is the case, you need that veteran in there. So when shit hits the fan like this, hey, just go in. We don't need Mike White going in, which I don't know. I kind of liked Mike. I don't want to say I liked Mike White, but I think he played a lot better than everybody expected. And I think the offense did start moving a little bit once he was in there, but I don't think he could start next week.
Trading to me, dude, I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
Trading for Flacco is legitimately embarrassing. You gave up potentially a 5th round pick for this guy. You could have had all these guys in the offseason the smartest time. It's like this is an after the fact move, a reactionary move, and you look foolish, especially after all the things they told us in the preseason. Did they tell us we don't need a veteran quarterback? We don't need this.
Yeah.
We're comfortable with our guys. If you're comfortable, why make a move then? If you're so comfortable, you have Mike White, you have Josh Johnson, you don't need Joe Flacco. What do you need him for?
Right,
what words we believe?
Yeah,
clowns.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, hey,
I'm
going to the
like
game
I said, they
on
don't want to get embarrassed on Thursday Night Football on prime time. So after we
exactly
get our asses kicked on Sunday,
we're getting
Flacco,
towels.
he's going to be ready for Thursday.
Yeah, we're getting towels.
Yeah,
we're getting towels. We're getting black towels. Aren't you guys excited for that? I could fucking puke in them. I could clean my face
put it
up
over my
throw up off of.
No, you know you do the black towel. You put it over your eyes so you can't see the game. That's what you do.
This is the first time I'm not excited about going to a Jets game. Like even
I've
been excited for a game in about 5 years.
Yeah, but we still go, and it's like the tailgating is fun. I can't even watch these guys sober anymore. During the Atlanta game, I was bombed at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Yep, it's so embarrassing. But seriously though, at what point do we give up on Joe Douglas? Is that what it's coming to?
He's gonna get another year.
Season?
He'll get another year.
One more season, right?
Yep.
I don't think we're at the point of giving up on him, but I think to not have some questions about his draft classes right now, especially the first one, which looks like a complete flop. The offensive line moves in free agency. I mean, he chose to bring back McGovern. He chose to bring back Alex Lewis and Van Roten. We easily could have moved on from them, put that money elsewhere.
Yep.
So all those moves deserve criticism. He's been a part of ruining one quarterback and starting to ruin another quarterback while our quarterback's hurt. So
yep. And they said for his first draft that he was drafting for Adam Gase. But there's no way in hell that they didn't know that Adam Gase wasn't going to be back the following year.
The easiest thing to do is blame things on a guy that's not there anymore. That's the easiest thing to do. Well, you know what? Wait, I didn't do it. He did it. Who's him? Oh, he's not here anymore. Oh, you know what I mean? That's like when you work with somebody and they get fired, you can blame everything on them. Oh, no, I didn't do that. That was them.
We're doing that at my job now.
Liam, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Have a good night, guys.
You too.
See you later,
Hopefully we will feel better.
I doubt it. I'm still annoyed. Let's go through some comments real quick. Thank you guys again for all joining us. We'll keep doing a good CFL team can beat the Jets. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't.
Possible.
I mean, this Flacco thing is comical. See, the coaching staff is too stubborn for their own good. We beg for Mims, Yeboah. They say no, and the replacements play like trash. I mean,
that's something we talked about last night. Why is it that Van Roten can play like shit, blow assignments, get his quarterback killed. Nothing happens to him.
Nothing.
But Denzel Mims, for whatever reason, he can only see the field for like 5 to 10 snaps a game.
Yep.
He's the
Next
fifth wide
comment.
receiver. He can't find a way in some packages. Nothing.
It's alarming how few Jet fans realize trading for Flacco is so embarrassing. We need a veteran quarterback is not an excuse. He should have been here from day one. The front office is completely lost. It's
Bingo,
true.
and that's what it's about.
And Procton, this isn't.
And it was so obvious. It was so obvious.
Dude, this isn't second guessing. We were saying this in May, right? Like we made videos about it. We talked about it excessively. And you guys are, oh, the value of veteran quarterbacks overrated. You guys are clowns.
Especially when also we weren't
clowns.
supposed to be going into this year at any point trying to tank, right? It was one thing when Luke Falk was in there and like he didn't give a shit. All right, it's the very start of a rebuild. Like we have young pieces on offense right now that ideally we'd like to develop. No, so what's better to help Elijah Moore and all these young guys we have on offense to develop? A veteran quarterback or somebody like Mike White?
Right. I mean, Ryan Clark said it best, man. He's like, only the Jets will have a 22-year-old quarterback with somebody less experienced behind him. It's just like, oh my God. So whatever, man. It is what it is. Let's see.
At least the Knicks are winning.
Been going through this since the early 70s. I'm numb to it. Always expect it to go bad. I mean, it's going worse than I thought it was going to go this year. I mean, this is pretty much awful. From Nick, what's up, Nick? Flacco sucks on the field and does nothing as a mentor. I loved how McCown was a backup. Flacco didn't like mentoring. He said it. He wants to play. Like that was the rap on him. And the only reason why Joe Douglas gets him because they were buddies. He had him with the Ravens.
McCown embraced that role as like a mentor too. I remember the one quote he said, like, the best thing I could do in my career is look back 20 years from now. And Sam Darnold's a franchise quarterback for the Jets. Like he loved having that mentor role. That's what you want in your backup.
Potentially a fifth-round pick for Flacco. I can't even.
He's probably not even going to play.
Well, that's what the according to like the trade compensation. That's how he goes up to a fifth. If he plays like 50% of the snaps over 4 games or something,
right? Yeah.
So he'll play the whole Thursday night game or some shit. Oh man, we're gonna go to John. John, what's up, man?
Fellas, what's going on, man?
Living the dream.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, I hear that, but I want to thank you because you beat me to it. I'm right now editing a video about Woody Johnson, and I really believe that if he doesn't sell the franchise is going nowhere. He's
never selling it, dude. He makes too much money off it. He likes the power. He likes the clout.
Well, there's one way to beat that: boycott and protest.
Never gonna happen, dude. Never gonna happen. We've been saying this shit for how many years, man?
Wait and see how many Bengal fans are in that building this Sunday.
It's not going to matter, though. We've been saying, the IDSIC campaign, the gays campaign, everybody's like, boycott, don't do this, don't do that. And sure shit, the minute they fire Gates, we're all back the next week going for, oh, Salah's here. Let's go buy a jersey. Let's go buy this. I bought shirts and shit.
And the second they fire Salah and the new coach comes in with his new mantra, we're all going to be buying that, printing that on T-shirts.
He'll never sell it. And the thing is, there's only what 32 owners in the NFL. The power and the clout and the status that is, the Johnsons love it, dude. They think they're like this big, powerful, influential sports figure in the New York area.
They can't even run their own company. I mean, look at all the lawsuits Johnson & Johnson's going through right now. With
they're not selling, man.
Talcum powder,
they're not going to sell. I'm telling you, whatever happened to Woody Johnson's little scandal in the UK, that went away too.
Oh, sure.
So nobody cares, dude. It's the same old shit.
It could have been worse. You could have ended up with James Dolan as the owner of the Jets. They beat out, the Dolans.
They had their own stadium though.
Would that be worse? I don't know if there's a worse ownership tandem than Woody and Chris over the last decade. I don't know if you could find one. Any of the four major schools.
I don't either. I mean, back in the past, I would say Donald Sterling or the guy Daniel Snyder who ran the Redskins, and of course James Dolan with the Knicks. But it's easily the Jets. I think you can put whatever coach you want, unless it's like a Parcells. I mean. When
was the last time the Woody Johnson and Chris Johnson hired a prominent head coach to run their team?
When was the first time?
None.
Exactly. What did they hire? They've hired all first-time coaches. Had they brought in a prominent, powerful person to run the organization?
Yeah. Check a list. The Johnsons took over in 2000. Their record since they took over is 151 and 189. They're 44% winning percentage.
First decade wasn't terrible. That wasn't really exactly their building.
Yeah, but you have to look at Johnson. The buck stops at the very top. I mean, you can have all this so-called culture changes with coaches coming in. It doesn't mean shit unless the owner has his shit together.
Well,
I despise Jerry Jones, but at least he you could tell he cares about it and it's on it.
Yeah, but to be fair though, and I hate being fair, but I have to be fair, is all of our complaints last offseason were addressed this offseason. The hierarchy was changed. We said, you know what, you can't have the head coach and the general manager, on the same level reporting to the owner. They changed that. So Saleh reports to Joe Douglas. You don't want the owners meddling. You need to have football guys making football decisions. Voila. That's happening now. So now it's like they've changed the protocols that we complained about. They're still clueless in terms of making any kind of accountability, but now you have football guys making football decisions. Now you're wondering, are these the right guys to be making the decisions? That's the problem now. And it's just. But what are your thoughts on the Joe Flacco trade?
They could have done this like you said. They could have had someone like that early in the year coming into the franchise. They could have had him for nothing.
Yep, he was here.
I know he
was in the fucking building.
He was there. It's just like I don't know if it's Douglas or Saleh or it's a combination of both. But it's just like there's just this complete incompetence.
They just don't seem like they know what they're doing. Like they explain this vision and this blueprint to us that we questioned initially, and now it's not going the way they anticipated. And now they're trying to backpedal and figure it out. And the damage is done now. It's like too little, too late now. It's just stupid.
And Woody Johnson doesn't know how to speak to. He's lived in this billionaire bubble for so long. It's clear, judging by his tweets, that he doesn't know how to talk to the Jet fans.
Well, I mean, I don't even, like the tweets don't mean shit when you're facing the media. Yeah, when you face the media, you have an opportunity to address your fans. The fan base that's loyal, too loyal, too kind, spends too much money in your shitty organization. Don't sell us bullshit. Don't give us fluff. We don't need fluff, dude. We know firsthand what we see week in and week out. You don't got to sell us a vision. We know it. So be honest and be blunt and be more demanding about what you should expect and what we should see. And Primetime's right. You should be like, and we apologize, man, because you know what? These first 6 weeks of the season have been a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
John, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Keep your heads up, man. You guys are the best.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you, man.
Too, man.
Have a good night.
So Primetime. First two callers both have YouTube channels. Did you notice that?
I do.
So we're going. What's up, Shaq? We're going backwards, fellas. I've been screening it for years, but no one listened. I mean, this is the first year of Saleh and Douglas, but so the first caller mentioned his YouTube channel, and then John mentioned that he's editing his video for his channel.
What's there to edit?
I don't edit
just
shit,
just
dude.
Rip them to shreds and post it. Yeah.
Dude, you see how I do my videos, man. I put my phone up there. I just say whatever I want. Well, I don't even know how to edit.
The only thing worth editing, and I'm giving you a little tip here, John. Go find some of Woody Johnson's old clips about Mike McCagnon and Todd Bowles and all the other coaches towards the end of their tenure, and how he had unwavering confidence in them too. Put a little mashup of that together.
Had the 49ers lost 54-13 when he was there, Saleh would have been tearing heads off. I simply don't understand his demeanor with the Jets. It's funny. The really cool thing about our channel is we get an influx of a lot of fans from all across the NFL, which is super interesting to me because they'll talk about, they like seeing our reactions when we lose. That's what entertains them. But they share their thoughts on what their teams do. Almost everybody says the same thing, that they are surprised. Like 49er fans are reaching out to us saying, listen, we saw a lot of things from Saleh. They are shocked at what he's doing here. Completely. It's like a transformation of a different person right now.
Even with LaFleur too. Seems like, they thought that he was, he had a big hand in, developing the game plan, designing some plays. Like, where has that been?
Yep. It's crazy. We're going to go to Jomo. What's up, man?
What up, guys? How we doing?
I always think Coors Light when I talk to you.
Yeah, no. I should
catch the
Rockies.
Rockies.
Like Finding Nemo. It's like an ocean.
Oh, man. How we
so
doing?
Where's your YouTube channel at?
No YouTube channel. No.
So
give it for the end of the year.
So where?
I like crypto.
We'll start with the easy stuff. What are your thoughts on the Flacco trade?
Oh, it's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. Come on. I mean, what's Josh Johnson doing on the team? I mean, is that not supposed to be your backup right now? I guess not. But it just makes no sense. You could have signed him or any other guy you wanted if you wanted a veteran quarterback. It makes absolutely no sense. It's pathetic, and I guarantee he's going to start some games and probably do well.
What were your thoughts on Woody Johnson's comments today?
I didn't see what he said. Honestly, I'm just kind of checked out from the whole team on social media.
Basically, that everything's fine, everything's okay. You trust Saleh and Douglas's leadership.
Absolutely
they want to build
fucking
the right culture.
not. How is everything okay?
Time.
Everything's okay, he said.
Yep.
Yeah,
they had the right guys, the right plan, the right vision. Yep.
He trusts their vision.
Man.
They want to put the right guys in place. They want to build the right culture. Yep.
It's bullshit. You got players in there that are good players. Very good players. You got some players in there that are very good players in every single position room on that fucking team. You got Elijah Moore. He got 2 touches. And what did he do with those 2 touches? He looked explosive. You only get him 2 touches? Only 2 touches? I mean, the coaching staff is just I'm completely checked out from all that fucking green glasses shit with the coaching staff. I got no expectations.
You got no gas, no brakes?
No. All brakes. Stop the fucking truck now, man. Emergency brakes. It's ridiculous. I mean, come on. I just can't believe the way they come out after a bye week looking so lifeless. I mean, run, free run or sack, 3rd down. Like, come on. What is that shit? I wanted to get him going. So why didn't you do that Elijah Moore play first? That could get him going. Get the ball out of his hands. Get it to a playmaker. I mean, fuck. It's really pathetic.
And that's the one thing that I keep thinking about. It's like they kept telling us all the changes they made. The changes they made weren't very good, and they didn't even work. So like, what do you do? Like these good weeks of practice, what in the hell are you doing in practice? And I keep thinking back, and prime time when I sat next to you next to practice, we would sit there and be like, I've never seen practices like this before. Like it was just the intensity wasn't there. It was just so right. It was just so different.
There's a lot of like individual drills, a lot of walkthroughs, not a lot of hitting at all.
We talked about it, right?
No, we did. Every practice.
Well, I feel like the no hitting was just the new NFL.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was trying to think of. I was like, all right, maybe that's just every other
the new age football
in the NFL. But even last or the year before, because we didn't go in 2020 with COVID. But the year before, we were there for Adam Gase. Like that training camp, they look good. They had a good offense. Like they were running up tempo plays. They were doing tons of goal line shit. They were hitting in the goal line drills. They were still doing the cowbell drill. Like we didn't see any of that shit in training camp this year. There was no intensity, nothing. We had the one
intensity coming off of a bye. Shows a lot about the coaching staff. Shows a lot about the coaching staff. You had 2 fucking weeks to get in these guys' ears, and you did nothing. You did getting fucking killed by 41 points, letting them score 54. That's pathetic. And I don't give a shit that Saleh dropped an F-bomb, said shit a couple times.
It was almost like forced.
Hold guys accountable. Tell us that Greg Van Roten needs to step up or he's off the team. I mean, come on. What the fuck is Greg Van Roten doing on this team? I don't give a shit if Feeney's worse. Get Feeney in there at this point.
At least shake things up and be like, you know what? We're making a change. Like, but you go in the locker room, we're making a change. We're changing this, changing that, changing Why, coach? Because it's not playing to our level. It's not hard. Like you're getting your quarterback killed. Like it's just
literally killed. And I don't even want to get started on that because when I saw the Wilson injury, my games are always like 30 seconds to a minute behind. So I watch the game and then I come back on the chat. But when I saw that Wilson injury, I'm like, where the fuck is the team?
Yep.
Where the fuck is an offensive lineman getting in Judon's face?
Smacking a guy in the face, pushing him, tackling him.
Where's the head coach? Where is
anybody? Where's the head coach not screaming at a ref, screaming his head off? Like, what is going on? Yep. You don't give a shit about your young quarterback? The dude's been the only bright spot on the whole fucking team. On the whole team. And it's not even like bright. It's like a dwindling fucking star.
That was our first reaction. When we saw it, when the first hit, the hit to the legs, you should have had 3 receivers and 2 offensive linemen just beating the living piss out of him.
It was on the Jets sideline.
Sideline.
It was right in front of them, yeah. It was right in front of them.
What the fuck is up with that shit?
Dude, you should have saw Bedlam on the field where they had to stop the play. Dude, take a 15-yard penalty. I don't even give a shit.
These are the Patriots. They fucking beat you by 20 the first game you played them, and then they do this shit and hurt your quarterback, hit him late twice, and you're just going to sit there. Players on the sideline, I saw them just making faces like, ooh, like that's all you're going to do?
Yep.
You're just gonna sit there and
you
watch
take
him
out one
take
of ours, we'll let two of yours score.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. I mean, fuck, I haven't been this pissed in a long time.
Me
Probably
too,
ever
man.
since Gase was 1-7. I haven't been this pissed. His first year, I mean, fuck. I donated money to that fucking banner they flew over Fire Adam Gase. Hell yeah, dude. I donated money to that shit. I was so pissed off. So pissed. And I'm at that point again. Seeing how this coaching staff is treating press conferences, seeing a lifeless team out there pretty much every Sunday. We should not have won the Titans game. We should not. It should have at least been a tie. And you know what? I'm so sad that we got that win because it gave us false hope again. It made the team think that they're better than they actually are. And
it's like a
it did
deodorant
lot
for a couple
worse
weeks.
than it did good. Yeah. They should have gotten that tie. Put that sour taste in their mouth. They shouldn't have to. They shouldn't. This team doesn't deserve to feel what it's like to win. And for Woody Johnson to step in the locker room and say, that is the best win of my life.
I know. What a clown.
Dude, is this not the same guy that beat the Patriots in the divisional round to go to the AFC Championship?
Yep.
With Sanchez.
I mean, fuck
this new era with Coach Saleh, that's best win of his career.
Jomo, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Hey, thank you. I don't know how red I am.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, man. Jumbo's bringing it. So go back up here real quick.
Jumbo, man.
Dude, it's hard not to be mad, dude. Like it's
I know what we need right now.
Nope, we're not doing it. I know. I see him in there. We're not doing it though. I'm not doing it. The fact that we're going to call him soft, I definitely agree with. I think the Jets leave a lot to be desired in terms of fighting back. Complaining about getting blown out is laughable. Not defending your quarterback is laughable. Just there's no fight at all. Let's see. There was a couple good comments here. Yeah, Cassandra, same thing. That was concerning. There was no reaction. It was on their sideline, no less.
2 feet.
And even after the game, nobody said anything. Like nobody was like, there was nobody like, oh, the kind of hit was dirty. Nothing.
Saleh doubled down on it and excused it. He was like, oh, well, he was outside the pocket. You're allowed to hit the quarterback low when he's outside the pocket.
This to his fucking knees. Okay. We are on pace to be the worst Jets team stat-wise. That's wonderful. This is just one glorious evening tonight. There's no talent. Joe Douglas doesn't know how to draft. It could be a combination of questionable draft picks and questionable coaching, which is the double down of horrendousness.
And more than questionable free agents.
Yep. So we were going to go to Mr. See, now, this is one of my favorite callers, but prime time. Last week we were on for 2 hours. Dead ass tired because we have like full-time jobs, other responsibilities. This dude's like, bro, I can't believe you guys didn't get me on. I asked for the link. And he's one of our favorite callers, too. And he talks shit.
Well, he was smart tonight. He learned his lesson. He made his adjustments during the week. He joined the link.
And we congratulate him on his completing his course. We are proud for him. We're happy for him and shit. And that's how we get treated.
Thank you. I was asking for the link for like an hour and a half, but that was on me. I was late. I just got to say, hello, darkness, my old friend.
We're back.
We are back, full-fledged. What's up, fellas? I appreciate you bringing me on. I was just poking y'all a little bit. But, yeah, I've been following y'all for 7 years. I was like, damn, that's a long time.
We old as shit. Wow.
But I've needed you guys, man, just to get through this, man. This is tough. Where do I begin? Incompetence and arrogance is what we're facing. The offensive coordinator was Josh McDaniels. He could be argued to be probably one of the most advanced minds in the game right now, right? He's a good teacher. He's a good offensive mind. And yet they draft a rookie quarterback and they know we need a veteran on the damn roster to support our rookie quarterback.
Yep.
And yet the Jets, we don't feel like we need that, right? The fans are coming in. We're clamoring. Hey, shouldn't we have somebody back there to kind of hold the fort or at least put some competition on the field, right? No, they just give Zach the job. That's the first problem. Like Zach is not ready, fellas, and we definitely don't have the coaching staff to develop him, right? I have zero faith in LaFleur.
But Hubert, I'm gonna cut you off for 1 second though, because you're making an interesting point. You're saying Zach's not ready. Is there a point that the Jets should have recognized this either in training camp, the preseason, or even when the season started? Be like, you know what? and instead of being worried about backlash or whatever else, is there a point that you think they recognize, hey, you know what? Maybe this kid's in over his head right now. It's not working. Do we scale it back? But they don't have the option. They have nobody else to play.
That's exactly what we're facing. And they're there. Like us fans, we're just fans, man. We're not analysts, but we see this shit. Yep. But they're there. And they still, it's either incompetence or arrogance. That's one of the two, or a mixture of both. That's what I'm seeing here.
I'll say that I think they were completely blindsided by this. I don't think they expected this at all. I think they thought that they had everything set, that Wilson was going to come in, light it up, not a care in the world, not a problem in the world. They answered everything that they needed to. They had their weapons at wide receiver, and he was going to flourish.
But how do we see this?
Problem is when you don't like amp up anything in training camp. How many reps did he get in preseason games? It wasn't many. Nope. Especially with the starters. I know the offensive line didn't even start together. So when you don't actually have your starting offense out there to actually get in a rhythm, to develop chemistry, to learn the actual offense, how do you even know what you have? And all the practices we were just talking about, all the practices that we went to, there was never any tempo there. There was never any game-like throws that he was making. It was a lot of walkthroughs, a lot of 7-on-7s. You can't get a look at what you really have with that.
Fully agree. I fully agree. This game is about competition, man. And you have to put competition at every level. Like, we see what happens when you don't bring in a competent right guard to compete for Van Roten's job. He just gets the job. I mean, we just gave Zach the job. And I'll be honest with y'all, Zach got himself hurt. He got himself hurt. Get rid of the damn ball, dude. Get rid of the fucking ball. Yo, he ignores 2 open receivers on the play. He pats it. He goes deep into double coverage. You should have been picked. You know, we got lucky that we got the PI. You see Mike White coming in the game. He's getting rid of the football. Yo, I think it's hilarious that Saleh was like, I'm not going to be held out in the ringer. You fucking assholes, get in front of the camera, answer these questions in front of the media. I thought that was hilarious. 2, this whole Joe Flacco thing is just a shave face. They're trying to show you what this offense could look like if it's done with a competent quarterback at this point. They're trying to save their ass because they know the fans are hot right now. So Primetime, you bring an interesting theory about the Thursday night game. I didn't think about that, but honestly, LaFleur is on the hottest seat he's ever been on. His ass is being thrown into the media to answer questions. But I think he's like, yo, let's bring in somebody who can show a little bit of what this offense can do, get rid of the damn ball, and at least we can take the heat off of me and just put the
why did it take Zach Wilson getting hurt? Why should it have taken Zach Wilson getting hurt to make that decision?
It should.
That's what doesn't make any sense.
It should.
That's what makes no
sense. But I also have another question though. Like, I completely agree with you. That's an excellent point. It's really an excellent point. But there's one problem with that concept is that the mistakes the offensive line make with they give away, clear rushes to, Flacco's going to get killed, dude. He's not mobile at all. He's going to get his ass beat back there. It's going to look even worse. So my question for you is, the problems on the offensive line, we've been blaming LaFleur over and over and over. At what point do we say, hey, what kind of offensive line coach should you hire? Because these are veteran linemen that cannot communicate. And Van Roten's hugging his friggin' the center. He's hugging the tackle, not any defenders. I mean,
terrible,
but whose fault is that? Is that offensive line coaching? I mean, it seems like we had the same problems last year. We wanted the coach fired. He never got fired, but
and the year before.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's Joe Douglas. I think it's Joe because we all as fans,
communication issues on the line.
We don't have talent at certain places. Like,
bro,
we don't have talent, and we also don't have a head coach.
Van Roten is not good, but he was also a starting guard. What was it with the Panthers for like 3 or 4 years before he came here? I mean, it's not like he was some guy that was on the bench that were
these are 5 rookies, man.
Guys,
but they got experience. 5 on 3, 3 rushers, 5.
Carolina did not retain him for a reason. We brought him in. I mean, Feeney was terrible, and we brought his ass in. I mean, Joe Douglas. We all saw how bad Van Roten was last year. Yet we brought him back, and we didn't bring any true competition to have him fight for his job. He was given the job, and you cannot replace him with Feeney because Feeney's even worse. As hard as that sounds, he's even worse, right? He's even more of a liability.
Yeah, but then how do you not?
Douglas paid him $3.5
but how, like, if you say we're at 1-5 now, when you're 0-2, and you're like, you see there are problems developing. At what point does Joe Douglas say, "Oh shit, we're gonna have a problem here. We've got to address right guard," and you start trying to make moves and you try to upgrade your roster? I'm telling you, I'm a pathetic soul, man. I watch like Aaron Wilson's timeline to see what teams are working out, what players on a daily basis. Like the Jets should have open auditions every day.
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? Like, you got to find answers here.
But I feel like he's like homies with GVR, with our McGovern. He's like good guy. He's like bros with them. Like, dude, this is the NFL, man.
Everybody's content. Everybody's complacent.
And at the same time, our offensive coordinator needs to self-scout and see, okay, we're weak here, we're weak here, we're weak here. I need to adjust the scheme where we can cover our weaknesses, and we don't do dumbass plays like that on 4th and 2, dumbass plays like that on 2-point conversions. Like the first 3 plays that we started this game after 2 weeks of preparation, like it's incompetence all over the place. And there's not enough heat on Joe Douglas. Honestly, there's not enough heat on Zach, because I do believe if you can just get rid of the damn ball, the offense will flow. But Zach is not trying to get rid of the ball. And Bill Belichick knows that. Like, we're going to keep running up the score. We're going to bring our defenders back, because I know this kid doesn't want to take easy stuff. He's aggressive.
But see, I think the problem right now is they gave Zach some kind of freedom. They put a lot on his plate, and he was completely overwhelmed. And then the game started happening fast. They started losing. He started sacking and getting sacked, throwing interceptions. Like, you watch Mac Jones, dude, he is so comfortable in that offense. They run the ball, very quick reads. He knows exactly where the ball is going, at what time it's going, where the receiver is going to be, and the ball's out of his hands. Like, I'm telling you, a basic pass for Zach Wilson he's like Picasso back there trying to make a masterpiece out of it, where he's thinking, he has like the weight of the world on his shoulders trying to make a pass. Mac Jones is fucking laughing around.
Because Josh McDaniels knows what the hell he's doing. It's about matchups. Every week it's about matchups. They saw exactly where we were depleted on the defense. And they're like, we're just going to kill him. Like, they can't stop running backs from the backfield. I've listened to you guys, both episodes last week, talking specifically about that, and we weren't ready for that.
Them the tight ends
has been killing us all year. Whoever lines up at the back, just take them out. Have them run a route. They can't tackle, right? And that's what we don't have at the offensive coordinator position right now, and that is why things are so easy for Mac and things look so difficult for us here. It's just straight up incompetence. And another thing, I don't think we talk about the importance or how vital sports psychology is. What we witness is our defense losing all hope for our offense. When their defense gets punched in the face like that on the beginning of the game, and then they see their offense go 3 and out, do you know what those guys are actually thinking on the sideline? That's why I love this game, because it's the ultimate team sport. And it's complementary football. They have zero faith in the offense. So yes, we're depleted in injuries. They also didn't have a good scheme. Let's be honest there. But what we're also seeing is a defense that actually is losing faith, and it's a will problem, and they're not putting it all out there because they have zero faith in the offense.
Yeah, but isn't that's on solid too, dude? Because this is the beginning of this. Is like, he should be on their asses. Be like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you slacking off? You got to keep fighting. You got to keep doing it. Not rolling over, laying over, and saying, I can't believe you blew us out by so many.
How many games did we see the Greg Williams defense, at the very least, make some adjustments and kind of hold things down in the second half of games? Yeah, almost every single game, right?
Honestly, I had it.
Was there a game where we gave up like 40 plus?
Let's do Greg Williams? Let's drink, because we need to. I've had it up to here. Solid bullshit, bro. He is all talk, bro. No. Like, I've had it up to here. I'm like, save me the shit, bro. Let me see it first, and then maybe I'll start. Like, dude, you look way in over your head. Fucking, after we just go from Gase. Yeah. After Gase, do we not learn anything? After freaking Jeremy Baker, do we not learn anything? And then we're going to take another young guy and put it on this unproven son of a bitch to develop somebody?
It's almost like his first mistake was this all gas, no break thing. They blew up right in his face. Like, he tried to set the tone for the organization and his team, and it's been nothing. It's nothing even remotely close to that. It's terrible.
He seems like he's a completely different person that was advertised.
Yep.
And like, it sucks because we all kind of thought he had a little, exactly. We all thought he had a little bit of that Rex Ryan in him. And to hear him say, like, my job's not to motivate players, like, fuck you, dude. Like,
did you hear that? Come on. He said it twice because they asked him again about it again. And he's like, these guys are paid a lot of money to play a child's game. I'm not here to motivate them. They should be motivated by themselves. What? Like, dude, do you what?
It's sad,
Q,
bro.
thank you for joining us, man.
Thanks,
you're one of my
fellas.
favorite callers, man. So I'm glad you're doing well.
Fellas. Have a good night. You know, I don't even know what I could say. Have a good night. Damn, it's a long ride. Thank you for letting me on. And once again, as always, F the haters, yo.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Oh man. He's one of my favorites, man. He's really good. Yeah, I mean, this is great callers as always. I wonder how much money the Jets spend in putting up all gas, no brakes, because right now it's coming down. I mean, they look like idiots with that stuff now, running around the field wearing those shirts. They have the wristbands on and everything. And you know, the other thing, it's a good point that he started with is we've already been with the bravado coach. Like Rex Ryan was the best of the best in terms of shit talking, smash talking, and actually backing up with smack him in the mouth and feisty guys and all this stuff. So we've already experienced it once. So Salah tried to come in like, oh, I'm going to bring in all this. And dude, nothing.
Rex talked it, and right away we saw the actions. We saw the words. It translated onto the field.
Hard hitting defense.
Motivated. They played hard. Yep.
Ground and pound.
And it reflected with the fan base too. Like you were proud to be a Jet fan during that time.
Well, we were proud. Like, dude, when Salah did the all gas, no break at training camp, we're all fired up. We're waiting to see it. Like, even at Carolina, we were all there waiting to see the team come out like fast, explosive, physical, smash mouth football. And we're watching like, what the hell is this shit? And then we watch another week. We're like, this isn't what we were like. And even like you're young and inexperienced, you expect a lot more effort and just, I don't know, man. It's been disappointing. So
maybe our expectations were too high.
Yeah, just competent football is too much to ask for anymore. So I guess we've had excellent callers. We've had a solid show. We've had no arguing, no disputes, no kind of chaos. Mm-hmm. I guess we got to turn the page a little bit here and see what I could see. He's all close to the camera too. What's up, man?
Hey guys, how you been?
What's up?
How you been, man?
I've been all right. You know, unfortunately, as much as a young team we're going through the same stuff, you know, as going on with Jet fans. It's just, let me tell you, watching that game was almost like watching that Monday night game back in 2010 when we lost 45-3 to New England. It was such a disaster, that game. It was like you had 2 weeks to prep, and then you play flat as a pancake.
But honestly,
it's like bringing back from like when this is always my worst fear. When we come off of a bye, we always play flat. How the fuck do we play flat and coming off of a bye? I don't get it at all. Like, I just don't get it. And I'll tell you one thing. For the very first time this year, I am really, really, really angry with Coach Salah of what.
Wait, how are you angry?
First time?
First time.
You told me to relax yesterday.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about from the game. It was just from that game. It was like the thing is, I don't understand, and I agree with what you guys were talking about. When Zach Wilson got hit the first time by Lawrence Guy and right below the knees, why the fuck? Listen, if I was on the Jets sideline, I'd be going out there and I'd be pushing Lawrence Guy. I don't care if I'm 5'10". He may be over 6 feet tall. I push his ass onto the ground. Sure, I may get my ass kicked by him. I'll get my ass kicked by him, but it's like, dude, you're trying to hurt my quarterback.
Yeah, dude. Listen, you want to see a united team, teams all bought into the program, all supporting your quarterback. Dude, you should have saw offensive line. Usually the first people to hit that guy is the offensive lineman. Like, bro, get off our quarterback. Like, what are you doing?
No.
Nothing.
And the thing is, this is the other thing I don't fucking understand. And this is going back from the Atlanta game when Quincy Williams got that rough in the passer. How is that not rough in the passer? The rules are if you hit the quarterback below the knees, that is roughing the passer.
Well, it's out of the pocket, they're saying. He's running, but still, it's still below the knees. It's in the knees.
Get the fuck out of here. That's all I got to say. Get the fuck out of here. I don't understand. I don't understand this league anymore. I don't understand this anymore from the league. Like, you know what? Sometimes the refs can just fuck off too. And then even the Matt Judon hit. Listen, okay. One thing is I will give Judon credit was that he did apologize on Twitter after the hit from Zach Wilson, and he does wish Zach a good recovery. Yeah. But like that's roughing the passer too. After a quarterback releases the ball, that is roughing the passer. You know, I honestly just don't get this league anymore. So
what are your thoughts on the Morgan Moses and those guys being upset that the Patriots ran the score up?
You still play the game. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care. I don't care that you play the game. How about some pushing and shoving around, like pushing the Patriots around?
Don't let them score.
I'll tell you something right now, Bill. And you know what? I'm waiting until the day when fucking Belichick retires. Like every time, guys, whenever
I want to beat him before he retires.
He'll always continue to play. Like even in the past when he kills us, he's always still gonna let them play
instead of waiting till retires. How about a team that's not a bunch of bozos and actually has some fight and some passion and some pride and doesn't let them beat our asses?
Yeah.
Like what do you think the Bills are gonna do to us, man? You think the Bills are gonna call off the dogs? Absolutely not, dude.
No, I'll tell you one thing. If we played like that on Sunday, I mean, when we play the Bills in a couple of weeks, they'll probably do the same thing to us too at home.
Yep.
The thing is, guys, for the very first time, I'm lost for words. I am completely.
You just spoke for 5 minutes. Apparently not.
I'm lost for words for the very first time. And the thing is that you know on Sunday for the game, I actually wore my all gas no brake shirt. After the game, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe the fuck I saw. Well, and then the one thing I'm just gonna say before I let you guys talk again, the thing about what you guys said about Woody Johnson today when he spoke about Woody Johnson today when he talked, you know, it's like, oh, that's okay. Everything is fine. You know what? Let me just say this about the Johnsons in general, because I never got to tell you guys about my opinions about the Johnsons. Listen.
We're wondering about that.
Listen, Woody and Christopher, I think you're very, very nice guys. However, though,
have you met them?
Don't know how to run a football organization. You really, really don't know.
Why do you think they're nice guys?
You don't know how to run a football organization.
Why do you think they're nice guys, though?
Yeah, but the thing, no, because I've met Woody Johnson before.
Oh.
I met him one time at a tailgate. I was at a game a few years ago, and I met him when he was walking in. I said hello to him, and he tells me thank you for coming, supporting the team. I was like, yeah, hopefully we'll win today. I mean, that's all he could say.
So he was nice to you because you paid money to go see.
Yeah, of course.
So you put money in his pocket and he said thank you.
When you see the owner, they'll be happy you pay money. Same thing.
Sounds like
James
a business
Dolan
person,
does,
not a nice guy.
You tell James Dolan sell the team, and then he says, "No, what? You can't come to the Garden anymore."
What are your thoughts on the Flacco trade?
Okay, I knew you were going to ask me this question. Listen, I really wish we would have. I really wish we could have signed him back in the summer, like give him a 1-year deal.
Why didn't we?
I know it sucked that we had to give up a pick for him. Luckily, it's a late round pick, but
who gives a fuck? Why did they have to give up a draft pick?
Yeah,
they had $80 million this offseason.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the other thing, though, he could have just re-signed a deal. He could have re-signed a deal because the thing is, you need a veteran for Zach Wilson. And we were saying, I remember I was going back and forth with you two guys over the summer, too, before the season began. Like, why is it that we don't have a veteran quarterback to support Wilson?
Going back and forth with us. We were campaigning that the whole time.
No, because and I was saying the same thing. I was talking about it with other fans.
Basically,
besides
so it's
you
your
guys.
fault. We just followed you.
You need a veteran quarterback. You need a veteran quarterback.
You need a YouTube channel. Is what you need.
Zach, look, for the past few years, Sam Darnold, he had Josh McCown his first year. Then he had Trevor Siemian, and then he had Flacco. Now we have Flacco back. You should have had a veteran quarterback in before the summer began. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I think you got to be patient, Steve.
Yeah, well,
you're losing patience.
Yeah, well, patience is a very, very long word. Listen, you guys have been fans for a
very long word.
Fans much longer than
I
have,
man.
Right now we're just in a
catastrophe is a longer word than patience.
We're in a tough situation. It's tough right now. I love this team, but my God, this team drives me crazy.
Steve, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Hey,
have a good night.
You guys too, man. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Have a good night, man.
It's almost like he was arguing himself, right?
At times, yeah.
Like we were like background noise from him. He was like talking and then answering his own argument and then debating his own argument, right?
I'm surprised he doesn't have a YouTube channel yet.
Patience is a long word.
It's longer than process.
And I have a little secret for everybody too that's on this stream. Oh, I may or may not be launching a shirt within the next couple of days.
Oh shit.
That's right. It's nothing that we've discussed, but the creativity points are at a high. So just keep that in mind, people. Because
I was hoping it was the break everything one.
Me with idle time and anger. Now I have to get my creative juices flowing.
What happened to the koozies though?
That's on Jay. But
We got to
You
get
got
Sunday.
so next couple days, there could be a surprise released. So we're gonna go to Matt G. What's up, man?
Hey, what's happening, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Matt?
Good, how you doing, man?
I've had better weeks, but I feel like I say that every Jets game, but it is what it is.
True.
And the worst part is I live in the heart of Patriot country, so I'm surrounded by all these bandwagon New England fans that have only been fans since like 01 on and don't know what failure is. So I kind of wanted to talk about Joe Douglas, not in the, fire him sense, because when I look at his free agency approach, this offseason in particular, Corey Davis, Carl Lawson, I'd say is two big ones on both sides of the ball. I like that he went after guys who I don't want to say flamed out or were busts, but they had tremendous upside at their respective positions of need. And I know Lawson was a big loss, no pun intended, for the year. But
Can I just ask you one question?
Yeah.
I'll let you get back. Did it bother you at all that the Titans and the Bengals both pretty much let those players walk without even like really giving an offer? It seemed like the Bengals were fine to move on. They signed Trey Hendrickson. He's playing very well for them right now. And the Titans, I think Davis even said before we played them, they didn't even make an offer to him.
Corey Davis didn't bother me as much because A.J. Brown, I saw the potential, and I knew they'd go after someone else in free agency. And their offense runs through Derrick Henry. They're a run-first team, so he came off to me as expendable. Lawson bothered me a bit more as far as skepticism just because of the injury concerns. And I think that was a big reason why they let him go. So I give Douglas credit for trying there, but I swear, I think all these injuries between Lawson, Joyner, Mosley, it's creating this mentality on the defense and the whole team for that matter of, oh, we have no chance of winning, so we're not even going to fucking try.
So before you go into this, we have some breaking news and some bad news.
Is the chat for real?
Yep.
Oh, geez.
I just got a message myself saying the same thing.
Fuck.
There it is.
All right, so just add another 2 years onto the rebuild.
Being
to do anything.
Apparently, Ben Albright saying that the parameters. So yes, the Texans and Dolphins have agreed to terms parameters, but no, they haven't agreed to the deal because of pending litigation. So that's kind of where they're at. So it's like it's another day closer. Another day closer. Deshaun Watson going to the Dolphins. But I guess the holdup is they're trying to get things cleared up in terms of the litigation. So
it's just inevitable at this point.
Like Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, and this. So, but now, so my question for you, just with the whole Joe Douglas thing and the whole free agency, last year was disappointing. We kind of give it to like, oh, everybody said, well, he had to get Adam Gase guys. Now this year he has it, but now the holes on the team, like the offensive line has been a concern. The tight end position, especially for a rookie quarterback, is an enormous. It's a huge hole, which is a problem. Like things like that. Like at some point, like how long does he get a chance to fix all these things? Because like it's like he didn't really address them at all.
I think he's got a fire. He's going to have a fire under his ass this upcoming draft, especially in a perfect world. If let's say Seattle gives us a top 10 pick in the first round, and we have 2 top 10s. Those have to be with 100% certainty Pro Bowl level players on this team within the next year or 2 years because he's not going to get another chance. With that much ammo, decent pick for Sam Darnold, there's no excuse for not having draft capital or not having enough ammunition to go up and get guys that you want. He's going to have 100% of a stamp on this draft. And looking at it now, there's no one guy you can point to and say, oh, yeah, that guy, I believe in him fully going forward.
Yeah,
you just can't. And the Elijah Moore and Mims are the two most frustrating ones, especially when it comes to LaFleur, because I watched that game. I couldn't believe there was that drive. They were marching down to New England's field. This is when Wilson was still playing. They throw a screen on 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, whatever the hell it was. And he has Elijah Moore, the smallest receiver on the team by far, being the lead blocker for Crowder. And he gets clocked. I'm like, what the hell were you expecting? You got Corey Davis and Denzel Mims, both big guys, both physical guys. I know Keelan Cole's probably not as big as them, but he's a good third option. And you can't have the excuse now of, oh, we don't have enough wide receivers. We're 5 deep. When was the last time the Jets can say they had 5 solid, what you would consider starting wide receivers? Like 6-7 years ago when you had like Marshall, Decker, Curley. I don't know who else was on that team. So like
Nunwa, Devin Smith.
Yeah, you can't make any excuses anymore for a lack of weapons, at least at receiver. I think tight end, that's been a huge failure and a huge indictment on Douglas because there were guys in this draft like Freiermuth, who's with Pittsburgh. You could have gone to get.
Awesome. Yep.
You know, Zach Ertz having that presence. That's an eagle they should have traded for, not fucking Flacco. But it's just I don't think Douglas is going to get another chance after this draft. If it's another, well, we'll wait and see 2 years from now. They might pan out. It's got to be with certainty.
Yeah, I mean this roster's got some legitimate holes, and like you're trying to figure out, are they holes or are they coaching issues or are they a combination of both? But the holes that you have is the holes that they have that are the biggest problems are hurting the quarterback, which is the worst part of it.
Yeah, they're the ones that give him the biggest cushion. Tight ends that you can check down to.
Yep.
O linemen that can block, and then the run game. I had no issue with the Ty Johnson signing. I thought that was a good move. Yep. Michael Carter, I think he's been a bright spot, if you want to call it that, sort of like an ember on this dying fire that is the Jets offense.
Yep.
But the lack of Pirine usage, if he gets cut, that's another Douglas misfire.
Yep. It's
just like, what are you going to do? Like, it's just
last year's draft class, the disaster, man. So what are you mentioned it earlier. I'm curious to hear your take, because this pissed me off to no end yesterday.
Go ahead.
The Flacco trade.
It was the worst example of the Jets being prisoner of the moments, thinking short term. This is putting a Band-Aid on a shotgun wound of saying, bingo. We understand, we hear the criticism, and it's too little too late. Flacco, if he plays, it's not like they're going to win, because their next 4 games, Bengals, Colts, Bills, Dolphins.
Yep.
I can tell you 0-3 those first 3 games.
Easily.
The only way they have a shot against Miami is if Wilson comes back and he plays 3 games. Like, even with White, even with Flacco, Miami's got pass rushers, and Miami's got Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, guys that can cover. They're quick. They got some good pieces on offense. I give them maybe a 10% shot to win that game, but you really got to look at this coaching staff hard. If they go 1-16, 2-15, you can't use injuries as an excuse. You can't say we didn't have enough pieces. And the Saleh, I don't know what happened. It's like we got sold a used car salesman as a coach.
That's what it feels like right now.
But that's the thing, especially on offense coming off the bye, they brought back the whole offensive line was still Becton's been out for a while now, so they're used to him not being there. All your receivers are back, your running backs are like, it's not like you had to endure all these bye week problems. You brought back everybody to just fix it.
Yeah, and speaking of the line, I have a theory about why Douglas. I think he's got John Elway syndrome when it comes to drafting and acquisitions, because Elway played the position. John Elway was a quarterback. That's why I think he struggled, because he's trying to find himself. He's not trying to find the person that fits the Broncos. I think Joe Douglas is having a similar issue where he's taking guys that he likes and kind of sees flashes of himself as opposed to the best for this scheme, because Van Roten, he's awful when it comes to beating speed rushers. He's awful when it comes to run blocking. McGovern is what he is. Vera Tucker's gotten better, so that's the one positive I can say. Hopefully, if he can play the full season and keep this pace, I'll have some confidence, because that's a guy Joe Douglas traded up to get.
Right. No, Matt, this is awesome call, man. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it.
No problem. Keep up the good fight. And I don't have a website, but I work for a podcast network, and it's like, I'm the lone Jets fan. We got the whole AFC East covered. It's a shit show every time I call in and just piss and moan.
No, you did awesome, man. Thanks. We appreciate it.
Good night, guys.
Have a good
night.
Great
stuff, man. Have a good night.
Dude, we got excellent callers tonight. I'm actually proud of everybody tonight, man. Holy shit.
Fans stepping up tonight.
Yeah, we snuck Steve in, and Steve just did his normal bullshit. But other than that, we've been fine. We're going to Phoenix, NYC primetime. What's up,
hey guys,
Jim?
How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Jim?
Pretty well. Well, I'm glad my Australian teams won anyway.
At least the Knicks are still winning.
For the most part. Basketball.
Trying to find something.
What are your thoughts on this team, man?
Oh God. I would say I'm glad my dad and uncle raised me a Giant fan, but they're not much better.
Yeah.
And I'm really starting. We don't see what's going on behind the scenes, and I'm really starting to wonder if the Jets are getting the kind of reputation where good players are not going to want to come to this team, and they're turning down any offer Douglas is making them.
Well, I mean, they haven't. Players want to get paid, and B, they want to win, or they want to be in nice weather. So we're not really offering any of them. Well, we can offer them money, but we can't offer them winning or nice weather. So that's the problem.
Right now, like if I'm a player, the only way I'm considering the Jets is if I've got nothing left to lose.
Yep. Or grossly overpaid.
Yeah. And as for Flacco, I mean, what you trade? All right. we can agree that Flacco is past his prime.
Cooked.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. When do you bring in a player that's past his prime to mentor a young player at his position? And Flacco's already proven he's not going to do that.
Nope. He's not that guy.
You're basically paying the guy to do a job he's already said he's not doing. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, that's why I think it's more about saving face, assuming that Mike White actually.
I would have rather Minshew than Flacco.
Yes, Darren, go Rabbitohs.
But I mean, like, it's a stupid move at the stupid time, the wrong player at the wrong time. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just like this team, like you wonder what their plan is and what their vision is. I'm telling you, it's like they're putting Band-Aids on a Titanic, man. They're trying to patch up holes out of panic moves, and like the fans are pissed. The media's attacking them. They're losing games in embarrassing fashion. They don't know how to address it fast enough. They have no idea.
Yeah. And one thing about Sal that scares me and should scare you guys is that motivation line.
Oh,
I put it in the comments. That is what I heard from Ray Hanley, his 2 years coaching the Giants, and we know how that turned out.
Yep. That is the most alarming comment I've ever heard. You know, at first, when he first signed with the Jets, it was like, I want my players to make a lot of money. We're going to motivate them so they can get the biggest contract of their life and everything else. But then when the shit's hitting the fan, they're not playing well. No, I don't need to motivate them. They're self-motivated. And
they're obviously not.
And what world is that?
They're not defending their quarterback when he gets hit. They're obviously not motivated.
Nope.
And that's the one thing we were sold on the most about Saleh, that he's a player's coach that can get guys motivated. Guys are going to run through a brick wall for him. That's what we heard all offseason.
Yeah.
So where is that? You got a young team. And like he said, these are all guys that haven't been paid, most of them. Most of them haven't had a big payday yet. They should be fighting like hell for that money.
Yeah. It makes
it shouldn't be
Especially
hard
the
to
guys on
motivate them,
one-year
yet
deals.
they look unmotivated. They look uninspired.
And he can be a player's coach and still take guys' jobs away from them when they don't produce.
You can be their friend, but be a hard ass. Pete Carroll's everybody's friend, but he's a hard ass.
I mean, Bill Parcells, when he took over the Jets, I remember a video of him in practice telling a guy, "That's why you were 1-15 last year."
Yep, dude, he would do it. They would do. I was there all the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
They would do the same. If somebody made a mistake on the drill, say a lineman was a false start, they would keep doing the drill over and over till every person on the unit did it completely correct. And then they would move on. He'd be like, nope, do it again. Nope, do it again. Nope, do it again. He's like, I'll be here all day. I honestly don't give a shit. Yeah. We will see. It was 100 degrees. They're dying. He's like, I don't care if you're hot. I don't care if you're tired. Do it right, or we're going to stay here. Period.
Or you die. Either
That's
one.
He just, or you get cut. You get benched. He wouldn't give a shit who you are. You're cut. You're out.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Jim, thanks for nice, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks for having me on.
Have a good night,
Jim.
Have a good night.
Yeah, the whole accountability and credibility thing is just wild, man. So it is what it is, though. We're going to bring on Nick. What's up, man? Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, guys? I apologize for my positive spin last week because it didn't age well at all. It wasn't positive. Like, I thought the Jets could win. What an ass I was.
Dude, I thought so too, man. No, I didn't say win. I said competitive game. Look how stupid I look.
Well, yeah.
You thought they were going to win.
No, I said competitive.
Yeah, when you say competitive, deep down, that means like you're.
I said cover the spread.
Yeah, that means deep down you're really looking for a reason points to say that they're going to win.
Yeah, dude. Points. Yeah. Can you guys explain to me what they did for 2 weeks? Like, I just don't understand. Like, so like I'm not really familiar with the process of like game planning and like preparing for your upcoming opponent or whatever it is, but like. They sit in these meetings, in these offensive meetings, where they game plan and they try to figure out what the problem is, and that's the performance you come up with.
Well, that's it, dude.
What the hell did you do for 2 weeks? It's just it's mind-boggling. It's the same exact shit we saw in the Falcon game, in the Bronco game. Like, it's just confusing. Like what they did for the past 2 weeks. That's the thing that's really bothering me.
Did they have a number of days off too?
Yeah, but the coaches did though. Yeah, but dude, this is the problem I have. And I'll be completely honest with you. The players go home, they go spend time with family, they get away from it all. The coaches stay in the facility and they study their ass off. Right. They watch film day and night and say, okay, here's what this. And apparently, according to what they told us, they met with Zach Wilson. They met with certain players saying, listen, what works, what doesn't work, what can we change? Let's address it. Then they had the balls to come out and tell us they changed it. Nope. We saw it all. We fixed all the problems. These are all easy fixes. No big deal.
And they did.
And they came out looked like they were not coached at all, thoroughly unprepared, and they got humiliated. So like, dude, it's and that's why we're so frustrated, man. Because if the players go away and get refreshed and just get healthy again and just feel rejuvenated, your body gets a little extra pep in your steps. You should be raring to go, and the coaches should give you the perfect plan to come out and say, okay, listen, this is the plan to win this game, especially your scripted plays
against your biggest rival too.
Coming off
the team that has kicked your ass the last 10 years over and over and over again. You desperately need a win, just like they desperately need a win. Yep. You knew that they hate the Jets, that they were gonna give everything they got, and they were not gonna let up. And that's how you come out. 2 runs and then a sack and then a punt.
And he justifies it, but he goes, "This was my way to get the young quarterback comfortable." Comfortable how? Bullshit, dude.
And like the accountability thing that you guys keep bringing up, to me, the reason why that's really concerning is because that like rubs off in the locker room. Like the guys, like they don't like there were guys like they weren't really scared of Parcells and Rex, but they knew if I don't play well, I'm going to get my ass benched. Yep. These guys are playing like dog shit, and they're staying on the field the entire game. 100%. Like, where's the discipline? Where is the accountability? It's garbage.
Well, like it's funny. We would make fun of like Nathan Shepard for his weekly penalty, this and that. He go like usually like there's like a price to pay for doing something really stupid. A bad personal foul. Wasn't it Justin Hardy the one game with the taunting, that 15-yard penalty? Stupid shit like that. Usually they're like, you know what, you're out, dude. You got to sit out the rest of the quarter. Like Sean, you think Sean Payton gives a fuck who you are? You do something stupid. Sean Payton's like, you fumble the ball, you're out. You do this, you're out. Like there's no accountability. And I'm telling you, the comment after the game about his like these guys should be self-motivated, bro.
Oh my God.
That's not the NFL, man. That's not how it works. It's not.
I mean, isn't the whole reason we hired Saleh to be that motivator and be that
change the culture?
Guy? We have seen none of that. And like this culture stuff, best culture in sports that Joe Douglas always brings up, it's just it's comical. And I know he made that comment when Gase was still the coach, but
he still says it though. The Jets all say the same shit.
Yeah.
Woody Johnson says it. He says it. Robert Saleh says it.
Oh my God! I just watched Woody Johnson's presser like 2 minutes ago. I didn't see it until
he put the audio out.
Dude, and
I
like,
only
the
saw
problem
the
is, and like here's the real problem. If this organization goes 1-9 and 1-10, and then they win like the last few games and go 3-14 or 4-13. Yeah, 13. Like they're not realizing that it's another pathetic season. Like all they're saying is, "Oh, we got a couple wins and like we're building towards the future." Not realizing you're going 4-13.
Yep, that's
the first year of Adam Gase. That was exactly the first year of Adam Gase.
It's awful.
They've accepted losing. Right now, they wrote this year off as a rebuilding year where they can lose. Everybody's going to tolerate it. Everybody's going to justify it. But there's a trickle down to that. Like you have to set the standards higher. Like you can't like this is the worst offense in football, dude. And it's not even close. Like we are horrendous. Like that's not acceptable. Like if you're like, I'll keep saying it. If we're a high flying team losing 31-28 and it's fun to watch, like the Chargers were last year. The Chargers last year won what 3-4 games, whatever they won. But dude, their games were exciting as shit, man. You're like, dude, we have pieces.
Points.
We have something we can believe in here. We can buy into this. You got to change some things. They change the coach, but dude, we have none of that here. None of it. So crazy.
Yeah, and dude. Like one last point I want to make is, this team is soft. Like they're not. Like I don't understand. Your quarterback gets leveled on a late hit, a blatant penalty, and it was on your sideline, and you're just standing there, like just not. It's just. Dude, if that was my quarterback, I'd be screaming at the refs to call a flag.
I would have blasted somebody. I would have clear blasted somebody.
Yeah.
I would have raced on the field and knocked somebody square in their ass. Took the penalty, wouldn't have given a shit. Wouldn't even care.
Like, or if not them, when they're still throwing the ball up by 30 points, you could do it then too. I mean, they were.
Dude, when you hit your quarterback, dude, like you've played sports, man. Like I played soccer, I played baseball, dude. If we, especially in soccer, if somebody takes down your forward, like like a breakaway and trips him down and wrecks him or some shit, dude, we're all in that dude's face, dude. Yeah. Shit's going down, man. It's just like it's camaraderie, it's teamwork.
Yeah, and that comment by Rankins after the game, by like they were showing disrespect to us by scoring points. Like, dude, do you not realize Belichick hates the Jets and he's not going to let up?
But dude, isn't the game is to score points. The goal is to score. Like we say, wait, okay, we hit 40 now. Let's stop and be nice to Jets. Let's not play our game anymore because we don't want to hurt their feelings. This is fucking pro sports, dude.
And one of the tiebreakers is points scored, point differential. Like, you have to score points. How about don't suck? How about that? Don't suck.
Novel concept.
I don't know, man. It's frustrating.
Nick, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
This may be the best group of callers we've ever had, man.
This
is phenomenal.
That's why everybody's I'm sitting back. I'm just enjoying this.
This is great shit right here. So now we're gonna go to
Jets roast.
Right now, Afram's just chilling, man. He's like, yeah.
No,
the pictures are back.
Yeah, the pictures are back. I'm just more relaxed over here.
So wait, I got 2 questions for you. Let's start with the first one.
I'll give you 3 questions if you'd like.
Okay. Your thoughts on the Joe Flacco trade?
What do you want me to say? I think it's basically how I'm looking at this is that there's a division someplace, and I'm looking at what happened to Salah. He was hello, Darren. He's reminding me of the guy a guy who's on the field, a supervisor in the field on his guys, and then he got promoted and he put on a jacket and a tie, and now he's management, and now that whole demeanor has left.
Yep.
He's not the same guy in the field. Now he has to act differently. Just if one of your guys that worked with you, hello, Nick, one of the guys that worked with you at school, he became a assistant principal. All of a sudden, his attitude changes. He has to be a different demeanor. He's not the same person. That's what I'm thinking. Now, is that coming from? He's getting that advice from somebody. It's not like.
Well, I'm wondering if it's him changing or just internally just being overwhelmed by everything and realizing the cameras are always on him. Everyone picks up everything he does, and he's just like he's overwhelmed by the moment.
Isn't that what attracted everybody to him at that time? Isn't that what everyone was attracted to? His passion, how he motivated all these guys wanted to play for him.
That's what we were sold on.
Look who joined this shit, man.
Tyrone.
Only 9.
What are you on now? Pacific Coast time?
Yeah.
I called earlier.
How was work?
Long, bro. I did 16 hours a day, dude. I'm tired, but
all right. Well, you're late. We don't care. So, Afram, my second question: what are your thoughts on Woody Johnson's comment today?
It's the same shit all the time. You know, he could hire someone off the street and he's going to say the same thing.
But
let's be realistic about this now. He does it no matter what. He's trained to do that. He has to keep. He's being told what to say, how to say things. This is from being a CEO of a company. You can't say anything negative. You have to think.
But that's not. Nobody said negative. But instead of saying frustrating, you say unacceptable. Instead of just giving it the same old thing, like we have the right guys and everything is great. Say, you know what? I expect more. We expect more in this organization. Like these results are just not good enough.
Yeah, but in a corporate world, the guys you hire, you don't say anything bad about them.
But this isn't the corporate world. You're talking to your fan base, man. You're talking to your customers. We're your customers. You sell me bullshit, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to your fucking stadium. How about that?
He's a corporate-minded individual. Bottom line. He's not a football guy. This team is his little hobby. He's still a corporate guy. This is his mentality. This is always going to be the same thing. He could hire you. He could hire Tyrone. He's going to hire Kevin. Whatever you guys do, he's always going to put a spin of positivity. Okay, he knows he's going to sell those seats. He knows he's going to sell those booths. He knows he's going to sell. No one's boycotting him. He thinks by saying what he's saying is the right thing to say.
But do you honestly think he's going to tell us everything is fine when you're sitting here at 1-5 and just lost by 41 points?
Do you think he's going to tell you that? You think he's ever going to tell you that?
I'd have a lot more respect for this entire organization if they'd actually be honest with themselves, because we all know what they are. They're trying to pretend that we don't know what they are. We know what they are. They're frauds.
Yeah.
That's what they are. So don't act like I'm telling you, it's like they're trying to present you like this gourmet meal and they bought the shit at Wawa. Give me a break, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, has anything changed since he's taken over the team?
No, there was a time when everybody was glad he was gone and his bozo brother was taking over until that fucking clown hired Adam Gase. And now we're like, oh, Woody's back. Thank God. We were glad he was gone 3 years ago.
But the funny thing, he toes the line, though. He toes the line in everything he says. So it's like, but the problem is, man, like, I would rather him not have made a comment because we knew the comment he was going to make.
Tyler, why don't you just be fucking honest?
But Tyson,
wouldn't you have a lot more respect, dude? Seriously, right now, you're getting ready to go to. You have a home game against the Bengals. You're gonna get your fucking doors blown off. It's gonna be 30,000 Bengals fans and 15,000 drunk ass Jet fans ready to boo wearing Halloween costumes. Don't tell me everything is fine. We're the worst team in football, and your quarterback is hurt. Don't tell me how good things are. Don't tell me how the culture has changed. Be like, you know what? This is not what we anticipated. It's not acceptable. We're hoping it changes sooner rather than later. Don't tell me everything is fucking fine and the right guys are in place because there's no track record of that. They have no track record of winning or proving anything in the NFL. None of them do. Joe Douglas, Saleh, LaFleur, none of them do. Don't tell me everything's fucking fine. Tell me you expect more.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm seeing a lot of arrogance.
I can't take
a lot of arrogance, but with this coaching staff. You didn't dummy anything down. I don't care if you had 2 weeks off. You didn't do anything to make any changes. And you could see this kid has no trust in this offensive line whatsoever.
Nope.
He's moving all around. The fact that you don't see that GVR is your liability. I mean, you got Nick Easton sitting there at home, who's a guard and younger. He's younger than him. You can't bring him in. You can't make a change there. You got talent sitting on the bench, and you got this guy who's doing this. Like he doesn't even know where he is, which is telling me that either this system they're not comprehending, and they're not dumbing it down for them, and they're just guessing, which is a great possibility because it doesn't seem anyone is knows what's going on. Guys are together. Guys not making the block. Two guys when he threw the ball down to Keenan Cole against the Titans, two guys were in the same spot down the field. Something's up there.
Well, look at even the blocking schemes on the offensive line where you have Greg Van Roten holding hands with McGovern. Like, it's just like, what are we doing?
Something is wrong, and they're not. I don't think they comprehend it. I don't think, and I think there's a divisiveness in that the defense is saying, I'm tired of this shit too. We're working our asses off, and now we're on the field, 75% of the time, versus these guys just can't 3 and out. We're not even going to. What are we going to do? I mean, I'm not giving them any excuses because they were totally unprepared. How do you know? How many times you don't know what a screen pass is going to be like? Come on, you get killed every time.
Going to be.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's very.
Or you call the screen pass that they already read and you lose 5 yards or you lose 7 yards. It's just, it's really shoddy play calling, and for it to be 2 weeks where you guys don't adjust, there's no changes, and then we watch this product to where we lose that bad, and it's no fixing this, man. It's only going to get worse. It is not going to get better, man. This is bad. I mean,
Tyrone, it's not going to get better. You know why it's not going to get better? Because you played like this against lesser competition. You did this against the Falcons and the Titans that were all banged up, and the Broncos and the Patriots, which are a decent team. You did this against the lesser teams. Now you're facing the big boys. Now comes the Bengals and the Bills and the Colts. You think we face reality this past Sunday? We'll be facing reality the next 3 weeks, dude.
And Rex said it best on the what is it, the one take, whatever he's on. He said there's no passion in this team. There is absolutely no passion.
Bunch of zombies.
And the one coach that we hired for that is that's all we expected from our coach, and not to receive that, man. It's like, to me, I feel that we've been let down. That they failed us. Week 7,
on draft day, he's slapping the table for Elijah Moore, like he's so. And then what happened? What happened after that? Was he told? Now you're in charge.
He's all corporate now.
He's all corporate now. So somebody.
He's like Woody Johnson.
either someone above him has told him you have to be this way, or someone that he knows gave him some bad advice. And I I don't know. Your team is going to reflect on how you are, and if
Yep.
you're not passionate and you don't show any fire, guess what? There's not going to be any fire. It's just
and players can see if you're being fake too.
Yep.
You just sold as somebody that was going to be authentic, that sells in NFL locker rooms. Players can read through that.
And I guarantee you, everyone's saying, why isn't Mims on the field? Why isn't he on the field?
Fucking what's his face?
Beck
tweeted
it.
Yeah.
Free Mims. There you go.
And they're probably saying, why is Van Rotten still playing? You know, it's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
He looks so bad. He looks. You know what? He is such a liability on the line that he makes everyone else on the line looks worse. Like
because they're trying to compensate for his stupidity.
Yep. Exactly.
And once you compensate for somebody else, then the other guy doesn't know what to do.
And your own games and your own game sacrifices.
So now I'm a governor. I don't trust this guy. And now if I have to compensate for him, now what does Elijah Vera Tucker have to do? He's going to compensate for this guy and this and then there's no gelling. There's absolutely no gelling whatsoever. That one guy fucks up everything.
Yep. But who that fall on?
Bottom line.
Who's that fall on? It falls on Joe Douglas. Like you don't have a competent backup to and that's the bad part. But we really thought we were improving our line. You don't have a competent backup to even pull him out. That's crazy.
At some point, I know you're the guy that you're the boss now. So you bring in the players. Why aren't you telling them I want these guys to be playing? Okay.
Yep. Well, I think I think that the problem could be threefold. It could be Joe Douglas could assign bad guys. Then you have the offensive coordinator and the head coach. I mean, well, the offensive coordinator and the offensive line coach not doing anything about it, playing the wrong guys, having all kind of mismatches, and the head coach not stepping in and doing anything either. So you have everybody, like nobody's owning it. They're all condoning the same mistakes.
I think your first one was right though.
It's arrogance. To me, it's arrogance. You think that your plan is it? These guys should be able to pick it up.
I'm not going that far. Excuse me. I'm not going to give him that much credit. What I want to say is the problem is this. I'm saying that the reason you don't pull him out is because you have nobody viable that's better than him. So that's why they leave him in there. So
that's a bigger problem.
Exactly, Tyson. Exactly what it is. Listen, you're telling me that we've watched him for the last 3 or 4 weeks be horrible. If you had anybody that was viable, you wouldn't make that change. It makes no sense.
Here's the thing: make a change. Sit him. Let him understand.
Yep.
You know,
I agree.
Hey, listen.
But his backup's worse. The kid with the mullet.
But you know what, Tyrone? How about let's see it on the field then? Because we've already seen Van Roten blow up running games, get the quarterback killed. You know what? Let's see Dan Feeney be worse, or whoever the fuck is behind Van Roten. Let's show us he's worse.
You got talent on the wide receiver. You don't let him play. So I mean, what's the difference if you're going to?
The only time Mims comes in is to block. Don't even throw him the freaking football.
I think these guys just like Hoosiers there. You know, like Gene Hackman, pass 4 times before you make a play. I swear to God, if you don't pass 4 times, I'm going to bench you. And that's what to me. That's how I'm feeling. It's just you got to do it this way, or you know. And these guys are not comprehending. You know, and that tells me you don't know how to make adjustments correctly.
Yep.
You can't work with what you got.
Afram,
thank you for the best.
Thanks, Joyce, man. We appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
This is easily the best night of calls we've ever had, man. These callers have been tremendous.
Fire.
Excellent. I think it's probably because Tyrone wasn't on. They were like, we talked some real football tonight.
Picking up the slack.
Sneakers the boots. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Talk to me about the Joe Flacco trade.
Well, first, I just want to say that I didn't even watch the game. I mean, because I did, but my eyes were still bleeding. That's why I couldn't. From what I was watching, I didn't.
I thought you were pulling a Steve.
No, I watched it, but I'm still like trying to get all that blood out because it was an atrocity, to say the least. But the Joe Flacco signing is basically like the Jets getting caught with their pants down, and the Jets are still walking around like they don't even know that they're still down. Like we had him on her roster, and then we let him go, and now we're giving up a sixth round pick, conditional 5th round pick, and we already had him on our roster. We didn't even have to go through that, and we're also paying him for what? He doesn't want to teach. He wants to play. If not, he just wants to be left alone and just hold a play sheet. He doesn't want to teach.
Makes no sense, dude. It's such a dumb. It's a reactionary move, a panic move, and it's just so stupid. This team drives you crazy. So then going back to Sunday, coming off a bye, your overall impression of the team, man.
I don't know. I mean, what the hell did we do for 2 weeks? Like, we parted like the Red Sea every single play. Like, Damian Harris had at least 20 yards for the first 4 carries he had. It's like,
yep.
I don't give a shit that we're a young team. That's fine. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to go up the field. We're going to miss our tackles because we're trying to get to the ball. But you can't tell me that our guys have to motivate themselves when you're supposed to be that rah-rah guy, Salah, and you can't even get these guys to at least plug a hole at least a quarter of the game. A quarter. It's despicable.
It's horrible.
What were your thoughts on Woody Johnson's comments today? That everything's fine. You just got to have some patience. Trust everybody. Trust
that guy would try to sell anything to anyone. He's a corporate guy, man. All he cares about is bottom dollar.
Well, what is he selling? What does he think those comments actually did? Does he think that anybody listened to that like, oh fuck, Woody, that's awesome. I feel better now. Let me go buy $65 end zone tickets.
You know what the thing is? There's always going to be those fans that just will never say enough is enough. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a diehard fan. It's going to take a lot for me to get to that point, and I'm getting there. I'm probably at 80% right now.
Bro, I'm definitely with you, prime time. I'm 80, 85, bro. Listen. You know what I'm so tired of? I'm so tired of a bad product every single year. You sell us on this rebuild shit. We've been rebuilding for 10 years. And it's been no progress. And I'm watching other teams that have a worse roster than we do. I thought they had a worse roster than we do. But I watch the Lions, and they compete every single week.
They compete.
You know what I'm saying? I watch Jacksonville compete every single week. But I watch the Jets on a bye week come into New England. And listen, let's not get it twisted. New England is not the Tom Brady New England. They're a shell of who they are. They're not a top football team. They're not. They just beat a shittier football team. So now you're going to tell me that we have Cincinnati, Buffalo, and the Colts, and you're going to tell me that we're going to turn this around and we're going to come out here and just change everything? No, this is the problem with this organization, and I'm so sick of it. I am so tired of losing. I'm so tired of every single season.
We're all tired of it, though. But the point is, you have your owner addressing everybody. Like, dude, you still have a shitload of time left in the season left. Like, what did he accomplish with those comments? Oh, everything's great, man. We're gonna keep moving along here, dude. That's not a message anybody wants to hear. It's like just being completely tone deaf.
And that's the problem. As the owner, you had a chance to actually set the tone when nobody else is. Joe Douglas hasn't said a word.
Solid ain't doing it.
He's giving you the recycled quotes. Nobody in the locker room stepping up. You have no leadership there right now. Mosley's out. I mean, who's on the field that's providing leadership right now? Your offense is young. So why not, as the owner of this team, step up and be that leader? Fuck.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Has he lost a locker room?
What did he say? No.
Has he lost a locker room?
No. You know what the problem here? I'll give you an answer for that. They start off the first half playing like shit, and then the defense slowly but surely starts quitting because they're tired of being on the field. They know the offense can't score any fucking points, and they're tired of losing. You start making business decisions. You know what? I think my hamstring may be a little tight here, this and that, and get off the field. And they're like, no, you see, the defense just quits.
Wasn't the time of possession almost even after the third quarter?
Yeah, but they know the offense can't score.
They were just marching down the field, though. 2-3 minutes. It was easy for them. Defense wasn't on the field that much. They just couldn't fucking stop anything.
Do you think Salah lost the team already? That's what I want to know. Week 8, has he lost the locker room?
I don't think he's lost them. I mean, sneaker to boost. What do you think? I don't think he's lost them, but I think the efforts, you're not getting max effort right now.
I don't think he's lost it yet, but that comment saying that he's not supposed to motivate him, the player's supposed to self-motivate, after that, then maybe. But before that, I don't think he did. But let's just paint a broad brush right now. Like, Tom Brady didn't even score 50 points on us. Tom fucking Brady. Yep. And we got a rookie quarterback who just did screen pass after screen pass after screen pass. Maybe one time threw the ball down the field. They scored 50. 9 times out of 10, they scored a drive. That's
and
90,
they don't have
90.
And they have look what you're facing this weekend. They did that they beat us with running backs and tight ends. That's what they beat us with. Basically, running backs and tight ends that aren't we haven't faced a Jamar Chase this year yet. We haven't. I keep saying it. We've played lesser teams and struggled mightily against them.
Yep.
Now we're going to play NFL teams, like solid top-level teams.
Who's the best receiver that we've gone up against so far? DJ Moore? Like, is he the best guy that we've faced?
Yeah. Yep.
Cortland Sutton?
But Cortland Sutton was kind of banged up, though.
Yeah, right.
He was hurt.
Fuck.
But I'm saying, like, we got our asses handed to it. The Falcons went up and down the field on us. The Titans, Titans game, we got lucky with that because they were all injured. But now you're going to face a quality team. Like, the Patriots are solid, but now you're going to face the better of the teams. And now reality's going to smack you right in the fucking face.
Yo, you know the funny part is, you actually might have to put 2 people on Chase, bro. You actually might got to consider.
But they got like 3 or 4 receivers, dude.
Like he's a fucking gunner or something, bro. Listen,
who's covering Joe Mixon out of the backfield?
Cincinnati is a solid.
T. Higgins.
Nobody. Listen, in prime time, they wasn't going to cover him regardless. This is the problem. You know what's going to really hurt us more than anything is this is a solid physical football team, and they just want to get Baltimore. You know how Baltimore brings it. They're going to manhandle us, bro, because we don't have to fight. But listen, I watched this team come out against a rival and lay down. I watched this team allow your quarterback to get just mollywhopped, smacked, disrespected, and I watch you lay down. I watched the Patriots throw 54 points on you, bro, and you did nothing. There was no fight. You want to tell me, you want to say after the game that, I'm upset because, they ran the score.
They scored too many points.
They're supposed to run the score. That's their job, bro. What are they supposed to do, man? They're supposed to beat our ass, bro.
It's not even that. It's Belichick, dude. Like, Belichick was our head coach for 24 hours. He should have honestly took that napkin and wiped his ass with it, because that's basically what he did.
Yeah.
Like, shoving it in our face, and he just tries to beat us down like the bully pulpits we are every single.
But what do you think the Buffalo Bills are going to do if they're up by 30 points in the third quarter? Oh, let's stop scoring because they're the poor little Jets. Oh, let's be nice to the poor little Jets because they have nice uniforms and their coach is a nice guy that's got a real what?
You know,
He's supposed to, though, bro.
But dude, every team's going to do that because you know what? They get paid to play, and you know what? You get paid by your stats. If I can score 4 touchdowns in a game, I may get a bigger fucking contract. If that means hurting Bryce Hall's feelings, I don't give a fuck.
Wouldn't that be nice?
But the question is, do you feel worse or the same if we lose to the Patriots the same exact score, say 54-13 versus the Bills? Like, if we lost 54-13, played the same way, would you be more pissed off with the Patriots, or would you kind of be like, it is what it is with the Bills?
I'm equally pissed off.
The Bills are a better team, so I can understand we don't compete against the Bills. The Patriots aren't that good of a football team. Like,
Tyron, no, I completely disagree. If we played the same way against the Patriots as the Bills, because the Jets didn't show up. The game was over in the first quarter.
No, Tyson,
first quarter was over.
We didn't say that, bro. I'm not talking about coming out and doing what we did last time. I'm talking about actually coming out and actually trying to compete against the Bills and just playing a better football team. You know what I'm saying? We come out, listen, any game that we come out like that right there, I'm not watching.
If you give your best effort and you're clearly just they have more talent, they're better coach, and it's just like you could see the Jets gave their best effort and it just didn't work out. That's fine. We haven't seen that yet. Have we seen a 4-quarter game from this team yet this season?
Not one.
Prime time, you're right, man. Prime time, what do you think, man?
Yeah. We've seen 4 quarters. We've seen 2 good second halves, and that's it.
Yeah, through 7 games or 6 games.
Half. We haven't seen any points in the first quarter. We have 2 good first halves, and that's it.
I just want to see a first good quarter. I don't even care about the rest of the game. I just want to be entertained for the first quarter.
You want the first quarter, fuck the rest of the game out.
So the thing is like, at least like we kind of feel like we're in it for at least 15 minutes, right? Because even Adam Gase, though, he had the 15 scripted plays, and he could at least maximize those 15 plays and get something out of them. Like, every week, and especially after 2 weeks of a bye, you have those 15 plays against those matchups for 2 weeks to dink and dunk or figure out whatever the hell you know that's going to work and make that offense against that defense you know is going to be on the field, and we still can't even do that. Adam Gase even figured that out. Like, this team is literally the blind leading the blind right now. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we're going. We're basically just on a
I know where we're going. Sneakers and Boots, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for letting me have me on, guys, and let me rant, because this is some fucking bullshit.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, man.
That's outstanding. All right, Mr. Dan, is that a Boomer Esiason jersey?
That's right, baby.
What's up, man? Long time no talk.
I know, man. I thought I was going to see you at the game against the Titans.
Yeah, you didn't show up.
What time did you show up?
I got to meet Dan.
Yeah, man. Yo, Kevin does some kick-ass steaks, man.
That's how he
Let him
rolls.
know. Let him know. Let the chat know. They don't believe it. Let him know.
He's that guy.
Yo, fellas, listen. This is the reason why I wanted an experienced head coach, even a college coach, a coach that actually knows how to manage men, how to put certain situations together. We keep getting these coordinators, these up-and-coming coordinators. It only worked once with Rex, and Rex actually came from a tree that coached in the NFL. So that's where I see that it worked out in that scheme. But damn, man, there's no creativity. Even last year, Gase, you had no creativity on the offensive side, but on the defensive side, you had Greg Williams. That there was something that he game planned up, and we looked sort of competent during maybe 3 quarters, 2 quarters, whatever the case is. This team is lost completely, top to bottom, special teams, nothing. There is no emotion. And wasn't that the whole selling point with this guy? No, he's a fraud. Like I said before, what the guy he reminds me of is Gus Bradley, the coach of the Jaguars back in the day. He went in there, we're going to change this mentality, all this bullshit. Then when push comes to shove, shit the bed. This is what I see with Salah. And after what he said after post game, get the fuck out of here. Like that's the coach. That's the guy. No way, man. We're gonna get creamed this week. I mean, we're gonna get destroyed in 2 games in the span of freaking 6 days. And then what? Where it's a young team. This whole entire verbatim, all this bullshit. It's young. They're
We're not
learning.
there yet. Yep.
Then, Joe Douglas, you had to get some experience then. You had to mix and match. That's the whole reason of being a general manager. Just like when Tannenbaum came in, he had a perfect mix of veteran leadership, not just old guys in the fucking locker room. He had top guys, top-notch guys in that locker room that did not accept losing. That 8-8 season, that 2008 season, you could see Faneca. He was upset. Woody was upset. That whole entire group was upset. And that's why, all right, kudos to Woody Johnson making that move to upgrading and coach. But Woody hasn't done shit since then. That's it. It's done. We have an incompetent owner, as we all know, and a young quarterback. Again, we're going to ruin another young quarterback, another young kid, and this kid by far has all the talent in the world. And we're going to ruin him.
Well said. Prime time. That's Dan nailed it, man.
It pisses me off, man, because
and again, like I mean, dude, you nailed it again. Like about bringing in a rookie quarterback, which is fine, but if you're going to make that decision, you've got to surround him with more. And we mention it every week about Greg Knapp. Rest in peace. Probably would have made a lot of difference this season, but you got to do more than that. You got to do more than that. Rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie quarterback. Surround him with a veteran that actually knows football, that he can watch. And actually also, like when we were talking about this earlier in the show, make sure he's actually ready to play. Training camp, like they weren't doing shit in training camp this year. There is no way they could have gotten an accurate read on what Zach Wilson can do and what he can't do based on training camp. They didn't.
Dude, so and the media has
that we did with Sam Darnold, we're already repeating it again with Wilson. He's already hurt in year 1. He's already developing bad habits. Like this is exactly what we were trying to avoid. And Douglas was a part of it last time, and he should have learned. He had all the resources that he could have asked for to prevent this from happening again, and here we are. So,
without a doubt, man, and the media has to step up. And I don't normally say this. I hate the media. But the media has to step up at this point. Put Salah on blast for saying what he said. Put him on blast for not being an actual head coach of all this uplift, all gas, no break, more like all ass. Breaks are useless. Like this is complete ineptitude.
No, they should be. They should be.
Let me put it like this. You can't waste my Sundays, your Sundays, even family men, women that wait for Sunday, and you're wasting our time. Are you kidding me? What a freaking rookie quarterback, 54 points or whatnot. Like you said, Tyson, it's a shell of a team. That's all it is. This is schematics. That is kudos Bill Belichick. That's where he knows where to place the chess pieces, where it needs to be in order to make you uncomfortable. That's a head coach. That's a head coach who wants his coordinators to do their job. To like set up, shot the whole entire week, know your opponent, not taking 2 weeks off. Yeah, we had a good week of practice. I've never heard Bill Belichick ever say those words, ever. Oh, we had a good week of practice. Nah, we had a fucking great game. We spanked the Jets. Next.
On to the next week.
That's how it is.
Yep, absolutely.
Dan, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Great call, man.
Take it easy, fellas.
Great stuff, dude.
Later.
Good one, bro.
This is easily one of the best shows we've had in terms of callers, man. Callers have been phenomenal.
We don't even
Holy
have to call.
Holy
Fire,
shit,
man.
So now, do we bring on to the next caller? He could be hot. He could be cold. He can give us fancy football advice, but he's going to charge us for it. Sometimes he's positive, sometimes he's negative. A lot of the times he's, I told you so. Jake, what's up, man?
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
Oh, he's mellow.
What's going on, Jake?
What's up, Jake?
Well, yeah, this was a very interesting weekend to process. Let me just say this first. This trade for Joe Flacco is honestly one of the most tone-deaf moves I've ever seen in sports history. Not Jets history, not NFL history, sports history. It is basically just telling the league, we don't know what the motherfucking shit we are doing right now. We are cowardly trying to do anything to try to connect us back to something that we knew last year, which to me at this point, I don't know who the hell saw that Joe Flacco was appealing when the guy literally cannot even has like arthritis in his neck and can't throw anymore. There's a reason why the Eagles got rid of him. They just brought up like Miami Dolphins, like practice squad sensation, like that they were in a rush to get him on the roster. Whatever, Sinet or whatever. Who cares? Doesn't matter. The point is,
I have Minshew, man. I'd rather have Minshew than Flacco.
Let me ask an honest question, because I think if I'm crazy to say this, what 6th round pick do we have? We traded them all away. Where is this? I'm literally reading like
we had 3 6th round picks.
We have 3
I mean, there was what, Avery Williamson that was traded. There was
let me read.
The 49er guy they traded, the defensive end.
I'm reading right here. 49ers pick. There was the Jordan Willis pick.
Jordan Willis.
Was for Shaq Lawson. Buccaneers pick for Steve McClendon. That pick was then used in the Chris Herndon trade. And then the Jets trading the 6th round pick, and they're saying unconfirmed pick is Bucks or Jets. I don't even know what the hell that even means. So the bottom line is, I don't really know what
trading back. Maybe all those trade backs where we moved back like 10 spots.
Yeah.
It's dude, it's like, you know what?
Nah, Jake's right though. At the end of the
draft
day,
currency is all we have at this point. It's all we fucking have at this point.
Yep.
We're not getting free agents here next year. Sorry, I hate to tell this to everybody. We're not going to get free agents here next year.
Unless you grossly overpay.
Nah,
yeah,
what
exactly.
team doesn't have a valuable
exactly
backup though, man? What team? Listen, man, this is the whole point for me, man. I don't even care about the Flacco shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I already knew this was a shit show anyway. But when they didn't get a backup in April and May, what team has a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, but
don't bring a veteran in. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Tyron, see, I do care about the Flacco shit. I'll tell you the 2 reasons why. First of all, like Jake just said, it's draft compensation. We need draft compensation. The second point is, why are you so desperate now when you told us how great Mike White was all offseason and how you preached that we don't need a veteran quarterback? We believe in our guys. Why do you have Josh Johnson on the practice squad? What the fuck is he there for?
Why is Nick Foles not coming here? Why is Nick Foles not on this team? I still can't understand that. I still cannot understand. If he talks about if Joe Douglas is talking about Joe Flacco being this guy, for some connection with the Ravens, all that. Okay, he won a fucking Super Bowl with Nick Foles. He should know this guy better than anything, and went to Nagy and said, hey, you guys are not even touching him. We'll give you the 6th round pick and pay the money. There is no fucking logic to this at all. I'm not even trying to raise my voice. I can't help it at this point. I really can't.
I completely agree. Completely agree.
I can't. The game, honestly, I'm past the game now. It's this kind of incompetence I'm fucking tired of. I really am.
Yep.
This is unacceptable. This is all compensation. This is, and then the thing is, I didn't even want to make a point about Crowder, say I'm right or wrong, whatever. We have to trade him now to make up for the pick. That's how pathetic it is right now. That's how pathetic it is.
At this point, man, it's a fucking fire sale.
It's October and we're talking draft
picks.
Picks.
Matter, bro. This is crazy.
We talking draft.
It's how
but to me, it's about game management and roster management. These are guys we're entrusting to rebuild and grow with, and they're making decisions like this, which is concerning. It's alarming. And for some reason, like I'm telling you, what the Jets take advantage of is when you get to be 1-5, 1-6, 1-8, people quit and people are numb. People's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what they do anymore. Who cares? And they take advantage of it and they get away with it because we all just give up. Like, you know what? Same old Jets. Who gives a shit? And meanwhile, you're setting back your young players. You're setting back your roster. You're setting back the progress of your team. It doesn't make any sense.
There's no growth. Listen, we've been in a rebuild every 2 years, or every for the last 6 years we've been in a rebuild. And anyone that loves this team can tell you that we've been in a rebuild for the last 6 fucking years, bro. With no growth, you bring another GM in who's totally incompetent in everything he does. His roster has more holes than we had before we started the season.
But see,
you understand that? His fixes was holes.
Yeah, but no. So Jake, what are your thoughts to Primetime's point earlier on, where he thinks that the Jets are getting Flacco to save embarrassment on Thursday Night Football against the Colts?
You're saying, wait, repeat the question again.
Primetime, I kind of agree with Primetime. They brought in Joe Flacco not for this weekend because they're gonna get blown out this weekend, which we all expect that, but to try to save themselves against the Colts, so they can put Flacco out there and at least just offset any kind of damage by being remotely competitive against the Colts. Because you know how the Jets are, they worry about the public image and shit like that.
And you have Mike White then preparing for a short week when you could just have Flacco watching the Colt defense film right now, getting ready for that.
Let me explain something here, because this is the main point I need to make tonight more than anything. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a whole new offensive line again next year, because the experiments of all the free agent signings that Joe Douglas stamped his name on for protecting Sam is a fucking failure. Connor McGovern's not coming back here next year. Van Roten should have been off this team a long time ago. George Fant is a reason why we traded for Morgan Moses. Mekhi Becton's injured. Obviously, Vera Tucker's, look, maybe he's got promise, fine, whatever. I'm not going to blame the kid for that. He's gone through enough of a shit show at this point. You're going to watch guys like Kwity Paye, DeForest Buckner, Darius Leonard, literally just slice and fucking dice this. It's not even
dice.
Jonathan Taylor is Ezekiel Elliott 2.0. He's going to run over them like a freight train. It's not even going to be close.
Bro, Jake, say it again, Jake. Say it again. You don't think they heard you from the cheap seats. Bro, listen, we've been saying this shit up, bro. Listen, these next 2 games are really going to be bad. Like
3 games.
Nah, that's not. I'm not. That's not.
Make
I'm
it
not
4.
Just let me have 2 right now. Do you understand what Cincinnati is playing? Bro, their defense is really physical. The Colts are a physical team. You don't match that kind of intensity what we just gave off of bye week. So if anything, I expect the guys to come out with some fire. We don't have that. It's gonna be a long, bro.
It's amazing because Primetime, you're a season ticket holder, correct?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Now try to good luck trying to sell those 6 games, because all the games got pushed to the end of the season.
Jake, honestly, Jake,
the process going to that.
No,
I really
honestly,
have no
Jake,
idea.
the last going back to 2016, we haven't had meaningful games in November since 2015, right? Where they, blew in Buffalo. I don't even waste my time trying to post it. What am I going to get back? $20? It's not worth the effort for me. Like at this point in the year, every single year, you have at least 4, sometimes 5, this year 6 games where I can't even get back half of my money. What's the fucking point? To what? To get playoff tickets? Twice in my life, I've seen a home playoff game. I've been a fucking season ticket. I've been going to every game since '93. I've seen 2 home playoff games in my life.
That long?
Yes, 98 against the Jaguars, and then when they won the
sorry.
division and they beat the Colts, Peyton Manning. Those are the only 2 home playoff games they've had. It's fucking embarrassing. What are we paying for? It's not even a personal seat license. Fucking other fans sit there. I don't get any perks. I don't get to get WrestleMania tickets first.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those perks they give you.
Joke.
What, you get like a fucking hot dog at Frank's or whatever the hell that place is.
You get a rally towel.
Yeah.
Jake, thanks.
No. I just want to end one more thing. I want to say one more thing. Okay. Let's find it shocking at this point that the Johnsons, who had empty stadiums last year, still can't learn what it feels like to lose money. So because in my opinion, fans should not show up for a single game. I will not go back to a single game until they sniff the playoffs. I will put my hand to God right now. I will not go back to another game. I will not pay for another dollar. But at this point now, if fans don't go to the games, which they should, because they'll probably be all visitors anyway, and I don't see any changes from this, I'm done. That's it. It's just it's to a point. And I didn't even get into like my point about they should fire LaFleur tonight because I think they should because he's shown me nothing. But that's another conversation we'll save. So listen, it's going to be embarrassing. Jamar Chase this weekend. It almost makes me say, you know what, we should have just taken Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb the last 2 years. I'm almost really regretting we didn't just take these receivers and done it because offensive line hasn't changed a fucking thing. All right. Good night, guys.
Have a great night, man.
Have a good night, bro.
Night.
Listen,
have a good night.
What Cincinnati needed? Our offensive line. What they take a receiver? What Cincinnati now? Best fucking receiver in the fucking.
Well, they were saying everybody's saying Cincinnati's gonna take Penny Sewell. That's what everybody thought. Oh, they're taking Penny Sewell, and Joe Burrow's like, no, let's get a good receiver for me.
Yep. Watch me roll.
Could have had CeeDee Lamb and Kyle Pitts, CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase.
This is easily one of the best shows we've ever had. We got Joe the Jet G. What's up, Joe the Jet?
Hey guys, fan of the show. This team's a joke. I mean, just there's no hope for it. Zero hope for it. It's getting to the point where I'm just saying fire everyone. But then again, I have no confidence that the next regime is going to even do anything either. I mean, it's getting to the point where I'm just fully giving up. I mean, just end the suffering, man. End the suffering.
It's that bad, right? That's how bad they got us. Hey, Joe, I got one question for you, though, man. How bad do you think the next 3 games are going to be?
What was that?
How bad do you think the next 3 games are going to be?
They're going to be bad. Very bad. They're going to be completely demolished. 3 games. Like you said, I think Mike White is going to start the next game. And I think they'll put Flacco as like just the backup. He's going to play terrible, of course, and they're going to save themselves from embarrassment against the Colts. But like you said, they're going to get killed for the next 3 games. I mean, what do we got? The 3rd game, the Bills after the Colts.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What was your initial reaction to the news when they traded for Flacco? Like after spending I don't know how many months talking about backup quarterback, bringing a veteran here, you wait until your quarterback gets hurt and then you make a move like that. I mean, the guy that was already in your building last year.
He was there. You could have just paid the man and not give up future assets. And guess what? You gave up future assets. I mean, in the typical Jet fashion, that 6th-round pick is going to become an all-star, and Joe Flacco is just going to be Joe Flacco. I mean, knowing us, like.
But the other thing too is, aren't you surprised where it's like, I think Flacco's going to find a way to play on Sunday, but aren't you surprised where you had guys that were actually in LaFleur's offense? You had Nick Mullins and all these other guys that are actually with LaFleur last year in San Francisco. They were available. Like guys that were actually this quarterback friendly. This isn't an offense that actually fits Flacco's kind of traits. Like they had guys in the
offense, but
they had guys with C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins both played there last year with LaFleur. That it's an easy transition. I don't care if Nick Mullins sucks. At least you can run your offense. It's easier, younger, something. To trade away assets for this guy that's not even mobile. Can you imagine him going to get like DeForest Buckner and the Colts?
Oh my God!
Get out of here, man! Come on.
Bro.
It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath.
But so Joe, the other question I have for you though is the Flacco thing is driving me insane. It's pissing me off. Woody Johnson's comments are pissing me off. But to me, the most concerning thing out of all of this is the head coach. The head coach presented himself like this passionate, fiery, all this bravado, all these things, all gas, no break. We're going to bring all this to the field, and they've done nothing. And now, slowly but surely, in the press conferences, all he's doing is embarrassing himself to the point where we're mocking him. Like I can do his press conference for him because I know all his cliches, I know all his excuses, and I know all his fake positivity. That's probably the most disappointing thing.
I mean, I feel like we just heard all the cliches from every coach we hired. I mean, we'll look at the tape. We did good in practice, yada, yada, yada. And I mean, it's making me feel like, man, I really miss Rex Ryan in his press conferences when he just says, okay, we just flat out suck, or we just got our ass kicked. It's just, he's being honest. He's holding people accountable. He's holding himself accountable. And Salah's saying he doesn't want to hold other people accountable. I mean, are you kidding me?
That's your fucking job.
You're brought here for that specific reason.
Especially after the whole Gates thing, where the team was just falling apart. Where this is the guy supposed to rally the Jets, reignite everybody and get everybody motivated and back on track to a whole nother energy, like change the energy of the organization in the locker room. Nothing's happened. It's been a dud.
What coach says that I'm not here to motivate my players?
I
What
couldn't
coach
believe that.
says
Too.
this shit,
Isn't that
bro?
part of
Like,
that part of culture building?
oh my
Motivating
God, bro.
players.
What coach says this shit? Like when he said that, bro, I was like, maybe he didn't mean to say that, bro. But then he followed up on it, man. Like, seriously, man, you're not here to motivate our team. What the fuck are you here for, dude?
And then the next thing he says, he talks about championships. I'm like, win games, be competitive in games.
Score in the first quarter first before we're talking about
Yes, please score in the first quarter. Give out beer cans when they score in the first quarter, like Cleveland did when they won a game.
We need to lock up some beers.
That's so dope. Yeah, that's so dope. You're right too.
Yeah, and they unlocked that shit against us too.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
Did.
That was the
Baker
Crowell
Mayfield
ass
came in.
wiping game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, maybe his first game, we were beating the shit out of him.
You know what?
Got hurt.
Yep.
You know what I need to say? Do you remember Hard Knocks with the Browns? You know, remember how bad they were? This was coming off the 0-16 season. You know, they had Jarvis Landry. They were saying, that is contagious, like the whole contagious losing attitude.
Yep.
Where is that leadership in this locker room? Just point to anyone. Corey Davis? No. Van Roten? No.
There's no
nowhere.
leadership, dude.
You don't see that.
Dude, that's a tremendous point. And that's the one thing, like, and the one thing that when they drafted all these guys, like the Elijah Moore, like these guys are football guys, they're football junkies, they're all captains of their team, they're all leaders.
Wasn't that every guy that in the 2020 draft class, everyone was a captain pretty much that they drafted?
And where the fuck are they now? Like, there's nobody, like, they're I'm telling you, the two telling things, I guess probably the most telling thing is when Zach Wilson got cracked. When that guy took his legs out and nobody defended your young quarterback and they all stood there, starting from the head coach, all your offensive linemen, nobody went in there. Just dude, you smack the guy, you throw him on the ground, you throw flags everywhere. I don't give a shit what happens. You can't let that happen, dude.
That killed me. Like them just standing there like this after he got hit on the sideline after the out of bounds hit.
Dude, that happened last night, dude. Pete Carroll, when Geno got hit the one play, Pete Carroll threw his headset and was going ape shit on the sideline. Fucking dude's 800 years old, throwing gum on the sidelines, up and down the sideline, and that's supposed to be a mentor of Saleh. What?
I actually thought Saleh was going to be Pete Carroll. Prove me wrong. Proved me wrong.
He's Pete Carroll light.
Yep.
Exactly.
Joe, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I love being on the show, guys.
Excellent job, man.
See ya.
Have a good night.
Where's John's comment at? This is an excellent comment here. And he's very right. Where is it? Oh shit. I just saw it. It's if you could see it prime time, is J.K. Hancock. I just saw it. It's a phenomenal point right here. Jet fans would trade this season with the Lions, who are winless. You're 1,000% right. Because you know what? The Lions are playing their asses off with plenty of fire, plenty of passion, flying around, and they're competing and they care. Can we watch this team right now and think they truly believe they genuinely care about winning and losing right now?
And you listen to their coach and you know that he cares. And you know that message, the quotes that he's saying, that's going to get through to that locker room. That's going to reverberate in that locker room. Those players are going to respect that. They're going to fight for that coach. Saleh, not sure about yet.
They're more worried. They're more about getting their feelings hurt. They're getting blown out of the fucking building. Give me a break. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. You guys have seen me angry a long time. Like last year, I was angry. This loss on Sunday has set me off the fucking rails, man. Because from the loss, not even that, from the performance, from the coaching to the press conference afterwards, to the next day press conference where he embarrassed himself, to the fucking owner and his bullshit, to the Flacco trade. It's like, dude, Tyrone, it's like body punch at the body punch where it's like, all right, you made me throw up. Congratulations. You finally made me throw up in week fucking 7.
I've never
now Deshaun Watson.
And Deshaun Watson going to the fucking Dolphins.
I've never felt this bad as a Jet fan. I never felt this hopeless for this team the way I feel right now.
You know why? Because last year we felt like shit. We felt like shit, but we're like, tank. We're losing on purpose, and this was our chance this was our vision. Like, all right, we're now going to rebuild, and we're going to ascend up now. We went to rock bottom. This is our first step of developing and growing, and now we're not even there. And now it's like now we're concerned that we're going to ruin another quarterback. We had the wrong head coach, the wrong coordinator.
And Tyson, you said something last year. You kept harping on this. Everyone that called in harping on this too as well. That we should have went 0-16 last year. We need to embarrass them to make them change this, bro. Like there's no way that this. Listen, man, this is the fan base is speaking, bro. everyone is, bro, this is crazy. Like, this is really bad to where everyone is like, yo, like, prime time, like, yo, he's at 80%. Tyson, you're probably at 90. I'm at 82 at 0.5. I'm like, bro, we're sick of this shit, bro. Like, it's to the point I don't even care, man. Like, it's miserable.
If they don't want to compete, I don't want to watch. Period.
Oh, man.
That's it.
Why?
If you're going to let your quarterback get hit and nobody gives a shit, if the owner's going to tell me everything is fine, if the head coach is going to make excuses day after day after day and justify losing, then fuck off. Seriously, that's the way you want. That's the way you guys want to be the same old Jets. Knock yourselves out. So we will go to. We got two more callers here. We'll go to Mr. Panda. What's up, man?
Hello. Oh, my internet was not working. Yeah, I just have 3 points.
That's it?
Today, yeah. I wanted to go vent, but everyone was so polite today, so I'm just going to continue that trend. Yeah. So one point is, how do you go from looking like shit in London to being absolutely fucking diarrhea this week? You had 2 weeks off,
fair point,
and you were making changes. So where are these changes? And please don't come off to me saying, oh, we want to build confidence in the quarterback when you gave the ball to the other team to score. If you want to show confidence in your quarterback, you get the ball to your quarterback's hands and let him score. Even if he goes 3 and out, you let him go score. Number 2, Woody Johnson is a scarecrow. He's not going to do anything. He said, as long as the money comes in, I'm happy and dandy because I got nothing else to do. You know, I'm a billionaire, a couple million. What else is new? And 3, this is my point today. As I was thinking of, Mike McCagnon and Joe Douglas were the heads of their scouting department. Maybe that's all they can be. Maybe they're not the next level decision maker. They have all this information and they're picking. It's not going anywhere. We have all these leaders, captains that we pick, no leadership. Our quarterback gets killed on the sidelines, and everyone's drinking tea on the sideline. So it's embarrassing. I mean, I was supposed to go to 3 games this year: Bengals, Jaguars, and the Bills game. I'm not going to any of them. Why waste? Why waste for traffic? Why waste for parking? Yeah, tailgate is great.
Yep.
But I might just get food poisoning from after watching them and come, from the stadium. So fuck that.
Not if you come to our
have a
tailgate.
nice guys. See you guys later. And you guys have a question for me?
Well, no, dude, you did great, man, and you're completely right. Like there is no sense of urgency. There's no sense of pride, passion, organization. They're almost dysfunctional at this point.
Let me make the Quentin Coppo's comparison from a few years ago. Salah looks like Tarzan, but coaches like Jane.
That dude, that's dude. You're exactly right. That is excellent.
Look, if you like, I'm sorry. Like me in Madden knows what the defense is playing, right? In Madden, me, crazy football head, right? So if I could run a real route, why can't we run a real route?
Yep.
Why can't we stop one? You know what I'm
saying?
Why can't we stop one?
But Panda, you know what the fucked up thing is? We got to a point on the stream on Sunday, and I don't know how many Trulies in I was in. I was calling our running plays because I knew based on our emotion what we were doing. Remember when Wesco
Mims was in there?
When Mims came in or they moved Wesco, they ran the ball almost every time. I'm like, dude, I know the plays. Like, I'm fucking hammering. I'm figuring the plays out.
And the thing is, on the telecast, right? They were saying they're running up the middle because they have no season Mosley. I get that they're playing to our weaknesses, right? But they're also talking about Sherwood being small and not being able to cover him. So get someone else in there to cover the middle rather than
they had Blake Cashman for a wink, and he's out and hurt again.
Yeah, it's like they're like, we're gonna pick the safety and then turn him into a linebacker, and then he gets mauled.
It's just. Thanks for joining us, man. Excellent call. Did a great job. Have a good night.
Have a good night, man.
Dude, he's dead. And that take on Salah is dead on, man. He was all this. He was all talk, and came up so small, man. That's an excellent.
Even what he said about Douglas and McCagnon too, about being heads of their scouting department, whatever their title was. Maybe they just not cut to be GMs. Maybe Salah is a defensive coordinator, but not a head coach. Maybe LaFleur's best in his role. Helping design plays, but not actually calling them. We don't know what anybody in this organization is right now. Not one person.
Yep.
We have no answers. None.
Yeah, no, this is as bad as it gets, man. Like I have not been I've been mad, but I usually get over it pretty quickly. This shit is just staying inside me. I had Bro, I have legit anger, man. Like I
They
have
made it linger
legit
because they traded for Flacco. Like just as
They
I was
trade-
starting to get over it yesterday, then they trade for Flacco. Then I'm starting to get over it today, and then fucking Woody Johnson opens his mouth. So like they're
I'm
not giving us a break.
bro. Like I'm telling you, man, I haven't cut off the switch. Like I'm telling you, man, it's just lingering around, bro. Like
I can't get
people
over it.
call me, man, you okay, man? Nah, fucking no, I'm not okay. I'm sick of this team, bro. Like, man, like, bro.
Because you know what it is? You know, this reminds me of like almost like the last couple of years where you go to the gym or whatever you're at for a couple hours or even at work, you go back to the phone waiting for something fucked up to be happening. Like, okay, what could the Jets possibly have done wrong now? Either somebody's out for the year, they made another dumb fucking move, or somebody offered up a ridiculously stupid quote. One of the trifecta is going to happen at any point and any day. And I wait for it now. Literally, the last couple of days, it was like I come back to the locker room, fucking 8,000 messages. The Jets just trade for Joe Flacco. I'm like, what? Then tonight or today, I go back from work. Then Woody Johnson spoke. I'm like, are you serious? Like, does it ever stop?
And Tyson, you're so right about one thing too, and both of you guys, and y'all know what's next. You know, this offseason, he's gonna go out there and get a player to make a splash like he always does, bro. This is why this team doesn't get better. It starts from the top. And for one point, we thought we had a football guy with Joe Douglas in the building, and we're watching this team crumble behind Joe Douglas inaptitude to be able to get the right players in.
This is just the
nothing, bro.
This is just the beginning of the demise of the season because you haven't played anybody yet. The real season starts on Sunday. That's when the season really starts. So we're gonna bring on.
Can we just stay in the parking lot? Just tailgate,
bro. We're gonna bring on easily our biggest celebrity. It's just my favorite caller. Hugh is up there, but this guy definitely takes the cake. What's up, my friend? What's up, man?
My God.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
Well,
Go Saints.
I am in
2-5.
I am in Seattle. I was at the game last night.
Oh, awesome!
Shit. Congratulations, man.
Living the hotel room life right now.
No, Airbnb. Thank God for Airbnbs. But
Did you meet Geno Smith and tell him how much you liked him?
Or Jamal?
No,
how grateful we are for that draft pick?
No.
How'd that loss sit with you? Good? You feeling good about your season?
As good as you guys are.
Hey, Jose.
But you know, Jose. But here's the difference between me and you, Jose. I knew my team sucked. You believed in your team, so this is even worse for you.
Yes, I did.
Isn't he a UFC? Jose, aren't you a USC fan too?
Yes, he is. How'd that work out for you?
And next week I have to come on here wearing a
Notre Dame shirt.
Notre Dame.
Yes, he does.
Why would
I
you
do.
agree to that?
Because I'm in Airbnb and I can't shotgun a beer.
That's fine, but it's just see, as a respectful Notre Dame fan, I wasn't even going to say anything because I'm classy like that. But Primetime mentioned it, so
Yeah. By the way, Pronto,
what's up?
how about your Florida State Seminoles?
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're fucking terrible, man.
Exactly. So
Another team Notre Dame smacked around.
So
They
shut
are
up.
That's why I don't talk about college football. My team sucks.
Anyway.
We've been terrible since Jameis left.
Anyway, speaking of teams sucking,
Seahawks?
Let's transition to
Geno
why
Smith?
we do a shitty coach and
Monday Night Meltdown?
a shitty organization.
The Seahawks?
The Jets. With
But see, but Jose, I have a question for you though. I have a legitimate question for you though.
Yes, go ahead.
How do you feel when Russell Wilson quarterbacks the Giants next year?
Oh, what do you?
Or it could happen sooner. Maybe the trade deadline. He goes. You never know.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question right back at you.
Okay.
How do you feel? How are you gonna feel when Joe Flacco takes the field on Sunday?
I will feel better than you will when you watch Geno Smith keep losing games for you.
Geno!
Because you will be drunk.
That's right. I have to be.
Hey, Jose.
Yes.
Hey, right now, they got y'all. If y'all keep going the way y'all going, we'll get the 8th pick in the draft, man. How do you really feel about having Jamal?
Yes. You'll get the 8th pick in the draft, and you probably won't know what to do with this.
Probably right.
Thank you, Joe Douglas.
Probably take a punter.
Thank you, Joe Douglas.
No, D-line. We need more D-line.
Joe Douglas is a
D-line.
We'll go back-to-back D-line. 4 and 8. Back-to-back
Quarterback,
D-line.
Tyson.
Yo. Yes, sir.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you.
What is it with you and circuses?
Me and circuses? I don't know, man.
Everything is either a clown show.
I mean, look what we've been watching our entire lives.
But
look, but Jose, I'm a product of my environment. Look at the 2 clowns I knew at a show with. I can't help it.
PT,
what's up?
You might have to bring out your old friend.
Yep.
The old friend.
He's in the corner. If I gotta break him out, I will.
He's coming soon.
Okay,
it's gonna happen.
I have to rip into Robert Saleh.
Please do.
I just have to. Did I hear that? That motherfucker say.
Yep, you did.
Yep.
About you were gonna say about not motivating players, I assume.
Yep.
Oh no.
Which one then?
The other stupid shit. We ran out of humans.
Oh, we ran out of humans. Oh my God, I forgot about that. That's when I was drunk when he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, we ran out of humans in the end. He said.
Like the game fucking mattered in the end.
Like the world, like the world was over. The world ended.
Zombie apocalypse.
Oh shit! Oh my God.
When he said that,
Night of the Walking Dead. Explains the zombie look all game.
It sure does.
Hold on.
This fucking team.
When he said that, I just wondered, is this a football game or Independence Day?
Bro, I'm with you, man.
And to be honest, you guys are lucky the game ended when it did, because the Patriots really won. We're trying to.
I didn't feel quite lucky.
Yeah.
I said they wanted 70, man. Who are we kidding?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted 69.
So do I. I don't get what I want.
Oh, what are we doing? Oh shit.
Oh my.
I just came to cause chaos.
You did a good job.
And make you laugh.
Well, we want to make you
That's
laugh
what
too,
we
because we know you're hurting right now, man. It's not easy being a Seahawk fan these days.
No, it's not.
It's over, my friend.
Especially when.
So how do you? Can I ask you a question? I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your kicker?
I hate another Jet.
I remember the battles we got on this show.
Yep.
Just in
Will you let me finish?
Go ahead.
Right now, I am Pete Carroll's agent. Since half of Washington wants Pete Carroll gone for whatever stupid reason, like they haven't learned from you guys.
Yep, I take Pete Carroll in a heartbeat. You know he's
The
fucking
Lions-
300 years old.
The
I
Lions,
know who the next coach of the Jets is going to be.
the Browns, so on, so forth. Their coaching changes aren't always positive.
Yep.
But if Pete Carroll gets fired, where do you take him as your EVP, Executive Vice President of Football Operations?
Fine with me.
Why would he want it? Jets fired him after 1 year.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I know it wasn't Woody, but
Yo, they're not gonna fire him, dude, because you guys are losing because of Geno, because Russell Wilson's out. It's not because of Pete Carroll. You guys were in every game. It came down to last possession, but Geno sucks.
Tell them to supposed smart fan.
I don't know many of them.
Yeah.
Wait, so who's our next coach? Primetime. I want to hear this.
You know who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Who?
Who's the one big splash move that you can make? Not
Doug
right now, but
Doug
in
Peterson?
another year. In another year.
Doug Peterson?
Come on. Tyrone?
I have no idea.
Jose?
I-
No. Come on. Who's the one big
Yeah, no,
name that's out
Sean
there?
Payton.
You got to wait a year for
I-
shit to settle down, and then you're going to bring him in.
Oh, Gruden.
No
Gruden.
No way.
Just watch.
No
Just
way.
watch.
Never
Just
gonna
watch.
happen.
Just watch.
No way.
Gruden,
Just watch.
listen, you know the
Just
bad
watch.
part is I'm gonna say this
That-
right here.
I'm saying that's the direction I
screwed
think
with
Woody's
this
going to go
fucking
in.
shit.
Hearing all the stuff that we've been saying, proven coach. Well, what's the one proven guy that's out there?
Gruden's he's running out of the NFL right now.
Yeah, right now. What's going to happen in a year? Look what was happening with Deshaun
Go ahead,
Watson
Jose.
a few months ago. A few months ago, Deshaun Watson wasn't going to play.
Will you?
Dolphins got him.
Do I get to talk?
Yeah, go ahead. All you.
Right now, Gruden is hiding on the island that Woody was on when he was in Europe.
That's the coach I want right there. Bring in him. Brian Kelly. All the guy does is win.
Can I coach? I can do a better job than
You probably could do a better job, man.
Fucking-
Can't be worse.
So wait, so how was the game last night? It was raining like crazy last night, wasn't it?
I stayed covered.
It's smart.
They took care of me in Seattle.
That's awesome, man.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad if
I'm sorry you didn't see a win, man. You definitely deserve the win, man.
I might go up to New York, New Jersey next season.
Do it.
Yes,
Just
sir.
to, just to hang around you guys and
We'll take care of you.
Hell yeah, we got you. You already know.
I'll feed you.
oh God, I don't want.
Jose, thanks for joining us, man. We appreciate it. I'm glad you had fun. Glad you had fun last night.
Love you too, guys.
Have a good night.
What do you think, bro?
Good night. Go Jets. I guess I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say it.
You don't have to say it.
I don't know.
We're not gonna say it.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good night, bro.
All right, so thank you guys for all joining us. We definitely appreciate it. Easily probably one of the best shows we've ever had. So we appreciate everybody joining us, tuning in. Friday night, we'll do a comical preview of Jets Bengals. Could be a complete waste of time. So
Halloween edition, maybe.
Halloween edition will wear costumes, I guess, or just.
I mean, I have to wear mine all day at work, so I might as well just leave it on.
And thank you for Tyrone. And thank Tyrone for finding time to join us. The best part of the show is probably the first hour and a half, but at least he joined us. That's good.
I'll listen to it tomorrow while I'm at work, so it's okay.
Bullshit. You're not going to listen to it.
You don't listen to shit.
Yo, bro, I do. I was listening to the show by any chance.
Thank you, guys. See you guys on Friday night.
Have a good night.